All right. Hey, I appreciate everybody who's tuning in. Great show today. Much love to everybody. I got to say I'm feeling great today. What a great, wonderful day in the neighborhood. Oh, Jay, you didn't even give me my... Come on, Jay. You slipping, Jay. Where? I'm tripping? Oh, okay. Okay. We're going to try that again. Only on the Eddie Kane show, man. I got to just say, I am very, 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 very grateful to be here today. We got a lot of things we're going to talk about. We got some great music, got some great interviews coming up, too. And I want you to call in and be a part of the show today. You know, I normally don't do phone call-ins, but today we're going to take some phone calls. And we're going to talk about some hard truths, man, some stuff that I think that some people ain't going to like and some people will. But I think we as a community have to start talking about certain things. And one of them may be gentrification. We talk about gentrification is happening in the city of Washington, D.C. Most recently, the Washingtonian magazine came out. And there was a lot of stink made because there were no minority representation in that magazine. And I know we are a worldwide show, but I'm only speaking on something that happened in my city, my hub city, okay? So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it like this. We're going to world premiere the hottest record today by my man HB Engineer, and at 2:15, we're going to get into it. WLVS Radio, ListBitchLive.com, 14-time award winner Eddie Kane Show. Let's rock!
Twisted Genius, baby. HB.
What it do? We know what it do, my nigga. And I put a nigga on the intro. Everything goes, but I'm in the ghost. Hey, when I turn in the case for the ghost, you hear me? Whole lot of, matter of fact, I ain't even about to, let's get into this shit, yeah.
Once again, back is the incredible.
Haley. I made $20,000 yesterday and I ain't even jump up out the bed. Bag a leg, take a rent until he got the bed, rockin' like I'm Fred.
Hold up!
Bonnie Rubble riding in the bubble, but it's stolen, watching for the feds. Made $20,000 yesterday, little boy, you heard what I said. You came in this rap game to play. I came in this rap game to get off them trenches. Some niggas
New 3-0 Black, HB the Engineer.
I'm doing for Saint.
Wow!
Your bitch, she keep watching me. Hop on the jet every day cause they cocking me. They be like,
yesterday you was in Cali.
Now I'm in DC with gang in the alley. You ain't never hit 3 states in one day just to get a check. Drop the top when I pull up in the vet. Sloppy toppy, I don't want me no sex. Give me that mouth, then I'm back in the stoop. Man, shitty, turn your block to a zoo. Watch me pull up with them lines and beds. Circle small, I don't fuck with no squares. Ayy, I'm out in Cali with HB and Ant. Leggin' no knob, be making them chant. I'm in the hills, I ain't talking about Grant. Back that little bitch and we pull up in Beverly. Give her a good D like my name Patrick Beverly. Wrestle with the work, they callin' it Kane. Don't wrestle with niggas, just aim at they brain. I'm really with this shit, so stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane!
I'm out in Cali, about to pull up in this ghost. I told you I'ma get that hoe some D, then I'ma go ghost. Yeah.
Eddie Kane Show!
Whole lot of
14-time award winner Eddie Kane Show!
Lot of leg shit, man, you hear me? Hey, HB, we gon' turn the streets up with this one. Hey, where the fuck is the legs at, man?
Hey! We ain't playing no games. Take off.
Extra managed, nigga. No man, nigga.
We ain't playing no game.
Yeah.
We going for the throat.
Trey,
14-time award winner Eddie Kane Show.
Where we at, nigga?
We do this shit.
I'm in the kitchen, whipping up the white, that's fantastic.
Oh!
Thinking, so you know we wrap them things in plastic. Hope I till you don't, homeboy, it get drastic. The way we move and flip them back, kitchen, whipping up the white, that's fantastic. Dudes thinking, so you know we wrap them things in plastic. Hope I till you don't, homeboy, it get drastic. The way we move and flip them back, boy, like gymnastics. I'm from the now and know, where we pour them tools out. On the grind day and night, chilling in a drug house. You can be brave and be
HipHopOnDeck.com.
Guarantee you end up there with your brains out. Hold up, on the block slinging rock, Stay strapped for the ops, If you ain't slinging no work, get the fuck off the block, Extra man is the clip, Hating hoes suck a dick, Pull up with the stick, Shoot a ball in your shit, bitch. Don't make me run to the dump, pop the trunk, grab the pump, and cop back.
Big killing the game.
All my motherfucking niggas straight, we gon' steal, we want to kill. Sure, that's still all in. I'm really kitchen, whipping up the white, that's fantastic. Fumes stinking, so you know we wrap them things in plastic. Hope I till you don't, homeboy, it get drastic. The way we move and flip the back, boy, like a nasty. Kitchen, whipping up the white, that's fantastic. Fumes stinking, so you know we wrap them things in plastic. Hope I till you don't, homeboy, it get drastic. The way we move and flip the back, boy, like gymnastics. In the streets, they call me the Black Tony Montana. And no cabanas, get my dick sucked like bananas. Rolling cabanas, I'm like Popeye, going off the spinach. Fucking with me, boy, you get your whole chest.
Mixtape.
Blunts, I'm gonna hit it. Pussy, I gotta stick it. Guns, I'm gonna spit it. Keys, I gotta flip it. I'm dirty. I got a Glock that spit 30. I'm extra managed, nigga, and y'all niggas ain't worth. I'm in the kitchen, whipping up the white, that's fantastic. Fumes stinking, so you know we wrap them things in plastic. Hope I till you don't, homeboy, it get drastic. The way we move and flip them back, boy, like gymnastics. Kitchen, whipping up the white, that's fantastic. Fumes stinking, so you know we wrap them things in plastic. Hope I till you don't, homeboy, it get drastic. The way we move and flip them back, boy, like gymnastics.
With my cell, hit the plug, I need one more bail. Product that got low as hell, looking at my shelves. I don't need no help, do it by myself. Trust nobody else, a lot of niggas a tell. I put this thing together like Tony M, let's get it clear. Jack Bush, find you another, got the thing right here. 24/7, 365, we work round here. Thug life, trap life, like the Merc in here. Body like Pete Miller, we don't switch no gears. It's survival of the fittest.
Shout out my man Yada.
Gotta stay above the water, gotta pay these bills. So I'm young and I'm getting Kirk Cobain's meat meals. Chef Willie D in the kitchen, I whip that beer. 65 save you a rat, nigga, we got deals.
I'm in the kitchen, whipping up the white, that's fantastic. Fumes stinking, so you know we wrap them things in plastic. 4-5 till you don't, homeboy, it get drastic. The way we move and flip them back, boy, like gymnastics. Kitchen, whipping up the white, that's fantastic. Fumes stinking, so you know we wrap them things in plastic. 4-5 till you don't, homeboy, it get drastic. The way we move and flip them back, boy, like gymnastics.
14-time award winner Eddie K Show.
Let me see you go down, up and down and back around. You heard it before, now to make a sound. Drop it low into the ground. Tell me how do you do? Tell me baby how do you do? Cause I be on the road.
This all the way from the UK.
Can't even hold my head up anymore. Why you always
Talk about Joe Morelli. UK, what up?
You hate me, I know I'm hot. But you tell me I'm wrong, but you don't even know. Whoa, I told you, ain't nobody holding me back. Been moving over my shoulder, never cold. It was good to know you. And making up and kissing, I'm on a mission like a soldier. You ever had a lot of break? Every fucking step you take, taking a tone till you elevate. Oh, let's celebrate from the soul. Meditate in the zone till you know it's only you that can do it. Is what we can do. Yeah, let's do it. Are you feeling right on top of the world? Tell me you're feeling right on top of the world. Right on top of the world. I read you tripping over something you heard. I swear you're tripping over something you heard. I swear I'm feeling right on top of the world. I swear I'm feeling right on top of the world. Top of the whole damn world. You think I'm tripping over something I heard? That on my team, I mean I'm playing with words. You wanna see me losing up? You wanna see me losing up? Whoa. Why? To hold your breath, I kill the show. Believe me, I'm moving on. Believe me, I'm moving on. To anywhere I want. promise anywhere you wanna go, I'm not holding you to it. And anything I say I'll do, you know I'ma do it. And now I'm hungry as a motherfucker, tell me to stay. Hey, I be like, no, whoa, no way. You know, it's all or nothing, never playing it safe. Tell me how you gonna finish the race. How you gonna finish the race when you don't know where to go? I got a question, boy, disappear without a trace, and I know I'll be home. Now you saying that I'm missing your face, you sounding crazy as still. I think you're crazy. And lady, now I know why you play, cause you play it so well.
I see you, Danny. Hey, listen, I want y'all all to stick around because we're going to talk about some shit today that might rub some people the wrong way, but we need to motherfucking keep it real. And I want to get it from both perspectives.
You think I'm tripping over something?
We talk about gentrification.
Playing the words.
Hey!
You wanna see me losing up? You wanna see me losing up? Yeah. To hold your breath, I kill the show. Believe me, I'm moving on. Yeah, I'm going to anywhere I wanna go. You wanna see me losing up? You wanna see me losing up? To hold your breath, I kill the show. Believe me, I'm moving on. Believe me, I'm moving on. To anywhere I wanna go. You wanna see me losing up? To hold your breath, I kill the show.
Shout out my family. I got a whole squad in this motherfucker. You dig?
You wanna see me losing up? Wanna see me losing up? No. To hold your breath, I kill the show. Believe me, I'm moving on. I said I've been moving on. Yeah, I'm going.
We gonna talk about gentrification, man. That shit gonna rub some people the wrong way. 1:30, we started the interviews. We got some pretty ladies in the building. They finally made it. We got him, then y'all right after him. Shout out Cuckoo, man. My man Cuckoo. Better late than never. Do me a favor, soldier. Akeem, let the sister sit down. Grab a chair over there. It's a chair over there. Yep. There you go, bro.
Yeah. Round and round we go.
WLVS radio, man.
Round and round we go.
14 time award-winning Eddie King, so don't get it fucked up.
We go. Yeah. Round and round we go. Still spitting, still scientific, super splitter, separating supernatural and superstition. If I ruled the world, I probably have supervision. Probably have supervision watching over me with the supervision looking at me through.
We doing this from Port Arthur, Texas. Salute.
While I'm building up my constellation, cause I got a future in this. I get lost on purpose just to look at you and say, I want you to miss it. My third eye.
One time for my man Cuckoo. Froze 30-30. Now he got a dynamic duo of beautiful ladies on the squad. It's about to get crazy today. You now rocking with the best. Hey!
My kid fucking Mississippi said he rockin' with the new. Rockin' with the new. But my homies out in Dallas said, what happened to your old flow? And my rally out in Cali said he rockin' with the new.
HipHopOnDeck.com.
And still brothers in my hometown acting like they don't know. Well, where the hell y'all been? Tell me where y'all been. Tell me where y'all been. Where the hell y'all been? Tell me where y'all been. Tell me where y'all been.
Man, I show everybody love, man.
Tell me where y'all been.
I don't got nothing against nobody. I'm in my own damn lane. In my own lane.
Lord have mercy, oh Lord have mercy on me.
I don't know why everybody want to pick on old Eddie Kane.
Lord have mercy on you. Lord have mercy.
I ain't no motherfucking pushover though.
Lord have mercy, oh Lord have mercy on you. Moving like 1,000 miles per hour when the record's going up.
Killing the game.
Steady elevating with this elevator music going up. Shutting shows down with the irony. I'm still showing up. I'm still showing up. I'm still showing up. I'm still showing you. People out in Arizona want a copy of my new. Yeah, they're growing up Oklahoma City looking for my old flows.
Okay.
Can't fuck in Louisiana, told me to kill 'em with the new too. But I've been killing them, been living, and everybody, oh you don't know where the hell y'all been? Where the hell y'all been? No, this ain't that new.
Shout out my man Danny Dynamite Engineer. You might catch him on Instagram doing his motherfucking skits. He wild as shit though. I see you, Danny boy.
Tell me where y'all been. Where the hell y'all been? Tell me where y'all been. Tell me where y'all been. No, this ain't that new. Tell me where y'all been. Tell me where y'all been. I've been doing this shit. I've been doing this shit. I've been doing this shit. Where the hell y'all been? Again, fucking Mississippi said he rockin' with the new. But
my homies out in Dallas said, what happened to your old flow? And my rally out in Cali said, he rockin' with the new too.
But I've been killing, I've been hitting, and everybody, where the hell y'all been? Where the hell y'all been? Where the hell y'all been? Tell me where y'all been. Tell me where y'all been. Tell me where y'all been. Where the hell y'all been? Where the hell y'all been? Been doing this shit. And where the hell y'all
Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy on me. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy on me. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy on me. Lord have mercy,
WLVS Radio. MrMrLive.com, 14-time award-winner Eddie Kane Show.
It's your man, International T, New Orleans own Supreme Clientele, and you know how it go. Dropping nothing but exclusive bangers, only on the Eddie Kane Show. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, we do it big as a pig in the wig. Oh my. Oh my. They doing it up.
Out the killer game and that signed up. They were sleeping on me, so I had to.
You know riding with the best.
In New York, you know how to find us. They would get me when I'm down, but I just let me climb up. Got the baddest chicks, yeah, they define us. Call me Lower Luke King when you mention me behind us. About to make it rain and change the climate. Yeah, it's always sober, I'm just saying that the time's up. They don't know nothing about me. I just keep dropping this heat. Just know I'm playing for keeps. I'm going so hard in these streets.
HipHopOnDeck.com.
New engine, you know that it's foreign. I see him make chicken, she boring. Pass it the ball, he's scoring. I wanna have it all, so I'm on my way. Tryna get it rolling with an all white face. Going to the top and hold my place. Kill everything, never leave no trace. Don't even write it, just come to me. All of this shit is just fun to me. All of you haters is under me. Cause misery loves having company. About to kill the game and I just signed up. They were sleeping on me, so I had to set reminders. Out in New York, you know how to find us. They would kick me when I'm down, but I just let me climb up. Got the baddest chicks, yeah, they define us. Call me Lower Luke King when you mention me behind us. About to make it rain and change the climate. Yeah, it's always sober, I'm just saying that the time's up. I'm fucking as usual. They think they could beat me, well I forgot niggas delusional. I'm talking about numeral, commas on commas, I'm sick, I need pharmaceuticals. This clip, I aim and I shoot at you. I never reload, I'm running this shit, you could look at my soul. Need fruity ass diamonds, ain't talking about gold, but pause. You hit the applause, that was my goal. I get the paper, but I never fold. Yeah, I'm half Asian, I pull up with Zoes. They're just upset with the life that I chose. They don't even write it, just come to me. Yeah, all of this shit is just fun to me.
Okay. Hey.
The killer game and I just signed up. They were sleeping on me, so I had to send reminders. Out in New York, you know how to find us. They would kick me when I'm down, but I just let me climb up. Got the baddest chicks, yeah, they define us. Call me Lower Luke King when you mention me behind us. About to make it rain and change the climate. Yeah, it's almost sober, I'm just saying that the time's up.
Here we go. The fuck out the way. 14-time award-winner Eddie Kane Show. We going to the motherfucking interviews right after this. About 1:30, man. HipHopOnDeck.com. Make sure y'all go check out HipHopOnDeck.com, man. Everything, the latest in hip hop, man. Hey!
Easy. Free throw. All this paper got it laid out on the floor. I done lost count 3 times in a row. I don't even feel like counting shit no more. Throw it all up in the bag, let's hit the road. Stacks up with the rubber band popped off. Stacks up with the rubber band popped off. Stacks up with the rubber band popped off. Stacks up with the rubber band popped off.
Duffel bag full of blue cans. Turn on my swag, I'm thuggin'. My baby mama look good screaming. He diving if a nigga touch me.
215, man. We gonna talk about that, man. Get ready.
Nigga said on my ass, gon' get a bag like fuck it. I'm grind out like an A-Rap. Got a trap house on Lee L. Give me $550 for the whole slabs. Got extensions like them hoes have
appreciate you, big dog. I need to know, because that motherfucker gonna go.
I'm tryna get T.I. money. I'll make trap music like T.I. something like I ain't 19 for the whole thing. Made 29 off the whole thing. Bought the shit for my producer. Inside, it's cocaine. Red dot, blue flames. Don't worry, J6 shoe game. I might be on blue phones. The rest of the house, blue game.
All this paper got it laid out on the floor.
Yeah.
I done lost count 3 times in a row.
Okay.
I don't even feel like counting shit no more. Throw it all up in the band, let's hit the road. Stacks up in the rubber band popped off. Stacks up in the rubber band popped off. Stacks up in the rubber band popped off. Stacks up in the rubber band popped off.
WLVS Radio, ListenLive.com, 14-time award-winning Eddie Kane Show, man. We don't make the record, we break the record, man.
Gonna keep us rockin'.
They know that I'm the man. She know that I am the man. Look at me doing my dance. Look at me doing my dance. They know that I am the man. She know that I am the man. Look at me doing my dance. Look at me doing my dance. They know that I am the man. She know that I am the man. Look at me doing my dance. Look at me doing my dance. They know that I am the man. She know that I am the man. Look at me doing my dance. Look at me doing
Eddie
my
Kane
dance.
Show.
She know I am the man. She hit me and my man. And they doing my dance. And they doing my dance. 40 whole about 50. In case the nigga act fit. I can take your nigga can't flip with me.
Interviews coming up next.
I still kick them dopes. Take your girl, she a hoe. So I bangin' like a hoe. I hit your bitch on the floor. Now shorty wantin' some more. Not gonna pretend. Bad bitches they in.
Yeah!
Everything I say that I do. I did it. And all this shit I ain't done. Had shorty on the run. Why you coughing up your lung? I hit your bitch, she come. I hit your bitch, she done. I hit your bitch for fun. I hit your bitch, she have fun. They know that.
Shout out my man Remix Reek.
I am the man. Look at me doing my dance. Look at me doing my dance. They know that I am the man. She know that I am the man. Look at me doing my dance. Look at me doing my dance. They know that I am the man. She know that I am the man. Look at me doing my dance. Look at me doing my dance. They know that I am the man. She know that I am the man. Look at me doing my dance. Look at me doing my dance.
Eddie Kane Show, man. What you talking about? Stay banging all hit. Urban Trap Top 40. I does this shit on a peak level. Almost 8 years in this bitch. One spot, holding it down. Eddie Kane Show.
But to me, she feel right. Don't leave, cause I want you to stay. Ooh yeah, can't control this feeling. Her body got me tipsy.
Fuck it.
She told me gon' walk her way. I told her that I'm on my way, and I really just can't believe it. She a perfect 10, what I'm seeing. She came close with a 1-2 still. She so bad that she took my breath. This girl just stole my heart. When she danced on me, I'm like, oh my God. She took me up under the moonlight. Them dark skies said don't move right. The way that she move, we can go all night. I swear it's alright. Don't you stop.
Let's go.
Dance, 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 dance. Don't you stop it. Keep on dancing. Dance, 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 dance. Don't you stop
Big Six,
it.
aka
Don't
Kane
you
Henry.
stop
You are now tuned in to the Eddie Kane Radio Show on WLVS.
Don't
Yeah.
stop it. Don't you stop it. Tell the DJ play my joint. D-Time J Stokes on point. Tell the kid get up, start dancing. Live life with a smile, be Gonna show you how to have some fun. You're too young, put down those guns. It's okay if you need a little love. When I say turn up, don't mean take drugs. I'm in the club and the ladies all dancing. She hot on fire, she fancy. About to get my groove right. Dancing on my do line. She told
Mixtape.
Don't you stop it. Don't you stop it.
All right, we gonna keep banging this shit. We got some interviews coming up in a few minutes.
Yo, I'm a
This segment is sponsored by HipHopOnDeck.com. Once again, make sure you go to HipHopOnDeck.com for all your hip hop needs, man. They got it. Sponsored by the Eddie Kane. They sponsor the Eddie Kane show.
Now nigga getting paper cuts. Niggas mad, got my paper up. I can spend it, I'ma make it up. Make it up. Cop it, then cook it, then break it up. Still it ain't shit you can say to us. I was broke, couldn't make enough. Now nigga getting paper cuts. Niggas mad, got my paper up. I can spend it, I'ma make it up. Make it up. Cop it, then cook it, then break it up. Still it ain't shit you can say to us. I was standing on the corner like selling drugs to the morning light. Mama told me that it's more to life, but I come from a hood, they do more to fight. Shoot 'em up, nigga, bang, bang. Everybody do the same thing. Stacking that paper to maintain. Cushion the paper, that's plain Jane. Keeping it low from the 5-0. Shit that we do for survival. Fuck with the niggas I ride for. And then the same niggas I die for. You can run up and you die, bruh. Nigga be missing like Hoffa. Nigga, you just an imposter. Now I got your bitch on my roster. I ain't come for the runaround. Pay me respect on my money now. Niggas all acting funny now. Cause I said I could do it, I done it now. Ain't nobody wanna help me then. They was all acting scary then. Back when my paper was very thin. Fuck all these rappers, they barely win. I was broke, couldn't make enough. Now a nigga getting paper cuts. Niggas mad, got my paper up. I can spend it, I'ma make it up. Make it up. Cop it, then cook it, then break it up. Still it ain't shit you can say to us. I was broke, couldn't make enough. Now a nigga getting paper cuts. Niggas mad, got my paper up. I can spend it, I'ma make it up. Make it up. Cop it, then cook it, then break it up. Still it ain't shit you can say to us.
Started out when I was 15. Little nigga with some big dreams. Skinny kid in some big jeans, just trying to make it to the big screen. All I knew was chop grams up, hand to hand to the man come. Get caught, then you stand up and never tell him where you got the grams from. Dark skin was the end then. Bitches always said no to him. Made money, my best friend, now it's going down to my DM. Cadillac got a lean to it, like it's got its own theme music. My uncle's the first one I seen do it. He just showed me how to fiend you. Turned that into a gold mine. Built it up from a slow grind. You a dub like 2 dimes, cause I knew you was hating this whole time. Band-aids for the paper cuts, counting all of this paper up. If you want a feature from one of us, then you gotta pay it all up front.
I was broke, couldn't make enough. Now a nigga getting paper cuts. Niggas mad, got my paper up. I can spend it, I'ma make it up. Make it up. Cop it, then cook it, then break it up. Still it ain't shit you can say to us. I was broke, couldn't make enough. Now a nigga getting paper cuts. Niggas mad, got my paper up. I can spend it, I'ma make it up.
Appreciate you, big dog.
Make it up.
Tell Boom I need Boom back there.
Still it ain't shit you can say to us.
Make it up.
All right, I need them country. Tell somebody back there I need my country.
Lord forgive me, the money was low, had to roll a tree and bubble paper. Picturing things on some minor league, only dream was doing it majors. Right. Now the only thing I know is done. Should put me in GQA monk. Guys over there plotting, watching. Can't say they hate, but I got a hunch. They rockin' and Mason Margielas too, but they ain't the flavor ones. Can't conversate with broke niggas. Time is money, can make it back. Play with my money, we twisting your cap off, fourth top, snapple fat. Took your hoe, gave it back, spend it though, made it back. All about that booty like a Raiders cap. But my niggas true, no mistaking that. Niggas spend his whole read on beats in the studio just to make it rap. Right. Guess you can say that it paid off in the end, man. I made it back.
I was broke, couldn't make enough. Now a nigga getting paper cuts. Niggas mad, got my paper up. I can spend it, I'ma make it.
Worldwide!
Make it.
Mixtape!
Cop it, then cook it, then break it up. Still it ain't shit you can say to us. I was broke, couldn't make enough. Now a nigga getting paper cuts. Niggas mad, got my paper up. I can spend it, I'ma make it up. Make it up. Cop it, then cook it, then break it up. Still it ain't shit you can say to us.
WLVS Radio. ListenVisualize.com. 14-time award winner Eddie Kane show. If you know like I know. Hey, yo. That's you right there? That ain't you, right? Hey, WLVS Radio, ListenVisualize.com, 14-time award winner Eddie Kane show. We get ready to get into our first interview with my man Kabir. It's Kabir, right?
Kabir.
That is correct. Hey, I gotta show love to the brother because he took time out of his Ramadan to come and show love to me live, and came way from Baltimore to do that because I'm pretty sure he was praying and came straight here, man. Hey, God bless you, my brother.
I appreciate it.
Tell the people who you are.
I am Kabir, the one and only. You don't know me, but you should really get to know me. That's the easiest way to put it.
Hey, that's law. Tell me a little bit about you as an artist.
Me as an artist, I'm a little bit of everything. Rhythm and gangster. You're going to hear me talk some peaceful things. I'm going to speak on society. I'm going to speak on what we go through as a culture, as black men. I'm going to speak on what I go through as a father. But you're also going to hear the other side of it, on what I go through when I don't get paid, when I'm supposed to get paid.
Oh, I think that's all of us.
We all
right
can
there.
relate to that. Like we all got that side to
Hey,
it.
Kabir, you talking all our language now, brother. But let's talk about that though. Like, let's talk about some of the topics you talked about.
Right.
About being a African American, especially a Muslim brother.
Yes.
In today's society, and like, okay, people don't understand the religion.
No,
so
they don't.
So then they become biased.
Yeah.
Which formulates a lot of racism because they just don't understand because it's different.
Yep. And us as Muslims, you kind of taught not to, by the older imam and the older guys, you're kind of taught not to really defend it, like the deen defends itself. And I think our generation now, like, we speak out more about it. But if you ever study religion, you will know it's a very peaceful religion. It's actually not a religion at all. It's a way of life. Every religion is involved in it, and you could read about all of them in there, but it just gets a bad rap because of how it's portrayed in the media. It's not really the individuals.
Hey, real live, man. A lot of times, man, and I'm just gonna keep it 100 because I do, man. A lot of times we as people don't do enough research. Because if we did enough research, we would see that there is a second side to this. And when I say a second side to this, meaning the United States being racist against Muslims, as I call it, as this administration is, they shown.
Yeah.
They don't understand, and so they don't care. It's about domination.
That's it.
Submission and control.
Absolutely.
Speak on that.
I think it's always been about that, hasn't it? It's always been about domination and control. I mean, America is known for cultivating societies and turning them into what they want them to be. I think it's just an opportunity. When things happen in society, I think people take it and they use it for their own political agenda instead of addressing it for what it is.
Let's talk about that because we just had 2 shootings. I mean, we had a shooting in a high school this past Friday. Okay, another mass shooting outside of the incident that occurred at the Waffle House. Okay,
Right.
Now.
You talking about the Waffle House? You mean when the girl got pulled on the ground?
Nah, that's another soda.
All right. That was a
talking
Waffle
about
House
when
too.
the white gentleman walked in. Well, not a gentleman, the asshole walked in and shot those people. One of the young ladies was actually praying when she got shot. But let me just elaborate on this. Now, let's talk about the difference and how us as a people, and I want to make sure, hey fellas, I want you to chime in because I need your opinion. And I want you to give me your real, because this is how we have to start dialoguing if we're going to get somewhere. So don't feel like you, hey, get him a microphone, please. Get him the microphone. And then get a shot of them too, because I want them a part of this. I want them to be a part because we need to have this talk. And we're going to talk about this more in gentrification too. All right? So go ahead. What you were saying, brother?
I don't know. What was it?
We was just talking basically about what's going on.
I grew up in a town called Shelby, North Carolina, right?
Okay.
And this is how I feel about religion. Like, I grew up, and to this day, the Ku Klux Klan marches in that town with a police escort, right?
Okay.
Now, I could have said my experience with the Ku Klux Klan and how they believe in the Christian religion, I could just say, the damn think bad about all Christians. But you can't take an isolated incident and just say it's all people.
Okay. Now let's talk about what happened again Friday. There was about the mass shooting, and this was a young white guy. Yet he's not labeled a domestic terrorist.
He never will be.
He's not labeled a domestic terrorist. The guy who shot the people in the Waffle House, the president of the United States, has yet, I think he just now reached out to the guy who who took the gun from the gentleman before he could murder any more people. I think he took the gun from them. So I wanted to talk about that. Like, so those are two different isolated incidents, right? Where there, to me, clearly is domestic terrorism. Yeah, it's not called what it's called. But when a Muslim does something, immediately it's categorized as terrorism. Now, I'm just saying we keeping it real. Is this racism? Is it that, or what is it? So I need to know.
I don't know if it's racism as much as it is just the fear of just being ignorant. I think the media, if you have never experienced anybody that was Muslim or had a relationship with somebody that was Muslim, and you just constantly just look at what the media portrays, I can understand why you would have a bad thought process about being Muslim. But until anyone sits down and wants to have a conversation, it's never going to change.
Now,
until you talk about it, it is what it is.
Now, this is something I'm getting ready to touch on that's probably going to get you in your feelings, in your back. Brothers of Islam are supposed to love each other. Yet, a lot of the murders that go on be brothers of Islam. So, within their community, killing each other. So, how is it that we are supposed to hold, and I'm not questioning any religion, this be clear, I'm not questioning, that's not what I'm doing. But what I'm saying is, how are we to disseminate when brothers who are supposed to be under the guidelines don't follow the guidelines? Because that's all in all why you're supposed to be joining the Muslim religion for peace and equality.
I think every religion, I think the reason anybody joins any religion is for peace. And I'm not going to say equality, but at least peace and equality amongst that group, that whatever it is you decide to be a part of.
Okay.
So if a Muslim brother kills another Muslim brother, yeah, that's horrible. I mean,
but it's happening. It's a reality.
It is, but brothers are killing brothers.
Baltimore, D.C.
I don't think anybody's killing
Philly.
The Muslim saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you because you're a Muslim."
No, I'm not saying that. But if you are my brother,
right? But it's Christians are like that too.
No, I'm not. Once again,
I agree with you.
I'm not disputing Christians aren't at fault for what they at fault. But what I'm talking to you right now is about Muslim brothers, and I'm not attacking you.
Right.
I'm trying to gain knowledge as to why is it that Muslim brothers that go to Jumu'ah together, that take Salat together, will turn around and kill one another. Because we part of the problem too.
Nah, you right. I couldn't answer for them. I really couldn't. Only thing I can say is if any brother killed another brother, he obviously wasn't in his deen. Like,
I respect
that's the only thing I could think of.
Okay. I want to get these fellas' opinion. Gentlemen, you being of Caucasian descent, it is no secret that there's a lot of race tension going on right now. How do you feel? Because, like, for me, I'll be honest. Sometimes when I have interns that come in and you guys are clean cut and, I don't know if you've ever heard the type of rap music that's going on or what's going on in your mind, and hear all of the, innuendos that we use that are based, we use some of those terms of endearment, quote unquote, for our race. So it sometimes makes me feel awkward to have you guys, and not being disrespectful or deceitful, but I'm just saying, just to hear the language that we use within our community, and you guys hear that. Now let's talk about how are black people perceived in your community? How would you say?
Do you mean like my personal community?
Yeah,
or like...
I mean your personal community, and I want you to keep it 100. If you don't like black people, I want you to say it, but I want you to tell us how are we perceived to your peers in your community?
Okay, in my community, I go to George Mason University, so we're a pretty diverse school.
Okay.
I mean, I'm around other ethnicities all the time. Like my classes, just walking around campus, even my volleyball team, and it's just like a normal thing. Like it's not like you were talking about the type of language you use. Like I hear that all the time.
Right.
So it's just like a normal part of my everyday life, at least.
Okay, but what I want to ask you is your friends. I know everybody has friends that aren't on the same wave as us. So I'm asking you about your general community because while we might dance around it, it's a reality.
Well, I go to school in South Carolina, and so I see all sorts of crazy stuff.
Break it down for us. When you say crazy, what are you talking?
I've seen Confederate marches, white people yelling the N-word at black people, like everything you would expect from the South.
Okay.
And I have a lot of friends in the Black Student Union, which is not funded enough by the school, and they make that very clear. Like, in South Carolina, there's such a disparity between the respect given to all the different races, and it's just expected that white people should, like, be in charge of everything, which is ridiculous, I think.
Okay,
like,
so you don't feel that white people should be. What about you? Do you think white people should be in charge of everything?
Absolutely not. I don't see any reason how that makes any sort of sense.
Well, let me ask you guys this. In today's time, what do you think the problem is with both communities? Why is it in 2018 we're experiencing more racism than we ever have?
I think the answer lies with the election. I think white people are emboldened to be racist now. I mean, they were always racist, but they're more emboldened to speak out about it because leadership in this country is not afraid to be openly racist anymore.
Wow. Hey, that was deep. That what, yo, hey, brother, hey, you my brother, hey, real live, regardless, you my brother. That was deep right there. I got to show you. Got to show you some love, and that took courage, fellas, to be real. Danny, don't go nowhere because I need you to grab a mic and get over there so we can group your ass over there so we can get a realization. We'll stand your ass over there. Come on, Danny. I need some motherfucking because you're gonna be able to tell me from another side, Danny, that most can't because you're embedded in the black community. You see the black community 24/7 because you produce hot records for artists, things of that nature. But yet you see a lot of the wild shit that goes along in society too. So tell me, what is your viewpoint like on what's going on, and how are African Americans perceived to your peers?
Oh shit!
Keep it real though.
It's a setup.
No, it's not. But you're keeping it real because you know what? We got to have these kind of conversations. Go ahead, bro.
What's my viewpoint in terms of what?
No, well, not your viewpoint necessarily. It can be your peers. It can be your peers. It can be your peers.
My peers are mostly African Americans.
Wow. See? So therefore, but how do you feel about what's going on with the racism in today's time? What's going on in today's time?
I'm gonna be 38 this month. I'm an old guy,
Mm-hmm.
and actually that's not that old. And I thought that because I had a lot of black friends, and I grew up, you know, my brother-in-law is black, my godmother's black, that like it wasn't as big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, whoa, because I see it all the time, but I didn't really see it until Listen Vision, working in the studio, working with artists every day, it showed me that like when my friends now that I've made, artists that I've made through here, tell me some of the stories that they're going through, I can't even believe it. You know what I mean? Because they're my boys now. So in terms of just getting harassed, just like, I'm like, yeah, right. Just because it didn't happen in my situations, and I'm thinking, oh, because I got black friends, it's all good. That doesn't mean it's not real. And I'm more ignorant than I thought I was actually. You know what I mean?
Wow. And what brought you to the realization? Like, how did it come about that?
The repetition of the same stories. People getting stopped. My boy's jogging home. A comedian friend of mine. I'm a comedian. He's jogging home. Black dude. It's like 6 o'clock. It's like dusk. And I mean, cops coming up on him. He's doing nothing except for jogging. And they had like looking for a suspect, black guy, between 4 foot and 8 foot. You know what I mean?
Wow. And that's pretty much like that.
And when that keeps happening, and the next day a guy comes to the studio, same shit happens with the same kind of story. It gets kind of like, damn, I didn't think it was that bad because I was so engrossed in it. But I'm not black, so it's not. So 24/7.
Exactly, you know? exactly. My question to you is, how do we, as a people, because see, the younger folk like you guys the majority aren't into the race relations. Because you grew up integrated.
Yeah.
Dealing, like you say, you hang with black friends. But why do we discriminate against Muslims? Why are we scared of Muslims? Why does Muslims scare us so much? And I need you guys to keep it real.
Shit.
Is it because
Me?
Start with you?
Shit, real talk, because the situation that word has been programmed into not just white people but young people's brains, but especially white people. And like, I'm not gonna say Hicks, but that word is a buzzword for violence, and without any kind of like getting into the philosophy behind it. And I'm not saying I know anything about it, but I do know that like you hear words like that and it's like, uh-oh, you know what I mean? So I don't think it even makes it past people's ignorance to even get to the point where we can talk about it. You know what I mean? Really.
We get ready to get back to the interview, but this is one question I have to ask you guys, and I want you to stick around because at 2:15 we're gonna have a real talk. We're gonna have a deep talk with America. So if you get a chance, come back. But I just want to ask you this one question. I do want to ask you guys, how do you feel about the current administration?
I think I gave my answer earlier.
No, you did. Yeah, you do. I mean, so in essence, how do we get past this though? I mean, like, because there are a lot of hurt feelings, and I'm gonna say for African Americans too, we gotta own our own right. I'm not gonna sit here and say that we are perfectly innocent. We got fault just as much because we kill within our community. We kill each other in an alarming rate with no remorse or anything. I don't hear on the news every day white people talking about they killing each other, but when they kill massively. Now, why didn't the president announce? Why doesn't he label these white guys domestic terrorists, but he labels Muslims domestic terrorists? Why would you say that?
Because his whole life he's benefited from systems of white supremacy.
Ooh.
I mean, like, I guess it's hard for white people in power to understand that like the world isn't moving the way that they want it to, but they try to hold on as long as possible.
And he wants to incorporate that religion in there too. If you can sneak that in there to make it evil, sounding, you know what I mean? I feel like that serves an agenda as well. You know?
Woo! Well, we got a lot to talk about, man. Talk about you as a brother in Ramadan right now. You in your season. Fellas, I want you to keep the mic because the lady's going to get it from you, but you're going to get it right back after that because we're going to get into what we're getting into. You in your season. Mm-hmm. How is it? Explain to us, or explain to those who don't know what Ramadan is, because when people hear it, they think all kinds of wild thoughts. So they need to understand you as a person and what the religion brings. Let's keep it 100 so people go away with a better understanding.
Ramadan is a fast. It's a 29, 30-day fast, depending on how it falls in the year. And you fast from basically sun up to sundown, 12 hours a day.
Okay, and how many, you guys normally pray 5 times a day regardless?
Yep.
What
Still
is different
pray 5
about
times a day.
Ramadan?
Ramadan is a cleansing of your system. Nothing secular. That's why I was saying it's kind of messed up. I got the interview now, so I'm not supposed to be listening to
secular music right now.
Any rap music,
Right.
anything. I haven't
But
even
there
been in the
are
studio.
brothers who,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not judging nobody for what they do, but when you do the fast, it's just like any other fast. You do the best you can, and you put the most into it that you possibly can. I think, for any Muslim that's doing it, the way it's structured, and it's a lot into it. I can't explain it all, but the way it's structured, at the end of those 30 days, like the way your body and your mind is cleansed, it's just different. Imagine taking 30 days off from the world. Like, you're not in your phone, you're not listening to music, you're just praying and fasting all day. After 30 days, it would be a different experience.
Okay.
And being a young Muslim man, like, it's good to take those breaks because you do see a lot of negative things about the culture online.
when you Google Muslim, in some capacity you get terrorists.
I guess I've never Googled Muslim.
But if you were to Google it,
okay,
in some capacities, in the search, terrorist does come up. Why do you think that people have tried to label the religion?
Honestly,
Yes.
I think to deter people from really reading it. If anyone ever read the Quran, you will understand that the Torah, which is the Old Testament, which Moses was given, it talks about that in there.
Okay.
You will understand that the Psalms, which David was given, it talks about that in there. It talks about Mary. It talks about Abraham. It talks about Adam, Eve, anyone you could possibly think of in any biblical or any theological structure, period, is talked about in the Quran. We all stem from the same tree. But I think when we talk about truth, the Quran shows black people and indigenous people, period, in a different light than any other book out there. And I think as long as they could say, hey, you know, your existence started in America, shackled up to a ship, and that's how you got here. That's not how your existence was. In the Quran, if you read the Quran, you would know as an indigenous person or a person of color, period, if you read the Quran, you would know that your existence did not come about on a slave ship.
How did you feel about the remarks that Kanye West made?
I think I'm big on mental health. Like I got mental health problems. I've been diagnosed with being bipolar and having PTSD, so I take medication. And I think what Kanye said is, I think Kanye coming from a different place. I think Kanye disconnected, but I really think Kanye hurt. Snoop Dogg said it best. He ain't got no black women in his life. No offense to him, but he ain't had nobody to be like, look, you can't be doing that.
Can't down your own race.
Nah, you can't do that.
You just
certain
can't,
things you just don't. You just don't
code,
speak about. Like
code to this shit when it comes
certain
to the
things
community.
You don't speak about. You can't
Yeah.
speak about slavery in that kind of way because it's a sensitive subject to a.
Because I'm gonna be
lot of
honest
our
with
predecessors.
you. You're right. I'm gonna be totally honest. This administration has shown us that they don't give fucks. When that lady made that comment about John McCain dying anyway, an Army vet that is a congressman, that showed me where we are as a people, man. Like it ain't about it. Don't give a fuck about nobody.
I mean, we knew that. Do you remember when we used to watch TV? Your parents used to tell you turn your head.
Yep.
Do you remember when they used to not say certain words on the radio, and now it's just like everything is a free for all. Like it's just right there put in front of you. Everything that your parents, if you were born in the 80s, or I'm gonna say the 70s, whatever.
Okay.
If you were born in that era, everything your parents did not want to happen is hit in their face. And point blank, period. Every single thing that they wanted, they try to prevent from happening is happening right now.
Hey, we ain't gonna hold you no longer, man, because you get deep with this thing, man. And I know you got to get back. You got to get back and do your thing. Hey, man, I really appreciate you coming through.
I appreciate you.
I want you to
brother.
rock these. You gonna still hit the stage?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. Which song we going with first?
What you want to go with?
We got Baddest or 13th Law.
Yeah. Give me 13th floor.
All right. We can right bring my man Kabir to the stage so he can perform 13th Law. Then I got two beautiful young ladies. They coming up next. Then after that, it's the reality, man, the hard truths. I got these gentlemen, they're not going nowhere. They're going to stick in here. We're going to talk about race relations in America, man, and what's real and what's not. And, you know, we got a lot of owning up to do as a people, but let's keep it real. There's some funky shit that happen, too. So it's a two-sided coin, man, and we're going to talk about that. Right now, my man Kabir, you get ready to bang this 13th Law. Only on the Eddie Kane Show, WLVS Radio, ListenVisualLive.com, man. You get the stage? Oh,
Cut that off, son.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know he wished death for me. All of my enemies trying to take away from me, stealing my energy. You don't wanna see me eat. You are not a friend to me. For me to have anything, gotta have it.
When we talking, please don't interrupt the boss. We for losses, but we never lost an option. Ain't no option, up high pressure, ain't no option. Fourth the target, heard you looking for me, dog. Here I go. I've been running with the family, catching bodies on the low. I've been smoking with the belly, I've been slipping on the low. Vivid memoirs of a prodigy that used to sell dope. Project baby before cold, I free fraud, I really let that go. And the stack go to me, you. What's the deal, so how you feel? Still staying in the field, still really get you killed. Hold locked up for popping willies. You an ill boy, you ain't silly. None of them doubles still trying to see me. Put your friend shit, get to see me. Please, Lord, don't let them keep me. Boss tails, getting off shells, letting off hell. Court cases, no traces, ducking snakes with pretty faces. All the haters keep me moving, no smoke, no shooting what I say. Never losing what I say, never losing what we booming. Who you playing with? Get your man here, what you saying? Shit,
Try to be all fast. Know they wish death for me. All of my enemies trying to take away from me, stealing my energy. They don't wanna see me eat. You are not a friend to me. You need to have victory. You're not a friend. Sugar thing, what it do? Was trying to see if you wanna come.
WLVS Radio, that's that 13th floor, my man Kabir. I appreciate you, Aki. Hey, you be singing too? Oh, that was mixed up. That was combined with the track. Oh, okay. My man Kabir. Hey, I appreciate you coming through. Tell the people one more time where they can find you at, bro. I know you got to go. Tell them people where they can find you at.
I'm everywhere.
Hey, come back to me, Jay.
All social media at Praying Savage. You can find my music everywhere online. I'm on all streaming platforms, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, whatever you use.
Hey man, once again, we appreciate you breaking your.
I appreciate you.
You doing your thing, and I'm gonna let you get back to doing your thing. But I just want to say to you, man, keep rising. Man, I gotta give you a hug, brother. Okay. My brother, man, my brother. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate a young brother, man. That's know where he's going, man. Gotta give you a hug on that, man. Much love to you, man. Keep being positive too, bro. Hey. I'm gonna bang one more record, and I got these pretty ladies coming up, and then man, oh man, it's gonna get real.
This a bad girl anthem. You
hey, Whitey!
The dancer, girl.
I told you and Jay Will, I got y'all all day.
If you a bad chick, get your hands up.
Make 'em
if you a bad chick, get your hands up.
Make 'em clap to this.
Sweet like she candy, fat like she Nicky, suck meat like Dicky, bra size was pretty, G-string by Vicky, gone off that grease thing, she only want one thing, and I give her that good and plenty. Hit the motherfucker back so hard she felt this shit up in her kidney. Bitch don't kill my vibe when I'm in this pussy is all I'm thinking, and I can't see no exes, I'm too gone up off that doge. Flip it up for me, then slide up and rub a dick like a coaster. And I don't care what you doing, just make sure you put your back into it. I'ma roll that pack, I'ma break your back, let me see that ass clap. I'ma roll that pack, I'ma break your back, let me see that ass clap. Now tell me, baby, what the fuck you gon' do for that?
Make it clap, make it clap for me. Make it clap, make it clap.
This a bad girl anthem, you gotta get the dancer. Girl, it ain't no question, baby, you the answer.
Make it clap, make it clap for me. Make it clap, make it clap.
This a bad girl anthem, you gotta get the dancer. Girl, it ain't no question, baby, you the answer.
She walk like a bad bitch, her shoe game proper. She got her own money, man, that bitch proper. She goes high with you in the daytime and that stripper pole at night. She play hard to get and ain't talk to me, but I like that shit, right? She done seen the whip, she seen the money. Broke niggas say she be acting funny. Her tattoos on point, she bad. I love to see her strip. I'm a fly nigga with hella cash, she love to see me tip. So last night she took shots with me, dog, and we rapped. She was feeling me and I was feeling her. I'm like, baby girl, let's step. So
I fucked you over there, boy, Whitey, man.
Blowing all in the wind. Man, I fucked the good and she came twice. She said, can I see you again? I'm like, what? I'm like, can ya make it clap? Make it clap for me. Make it clap, make it.
Hold up.
Bad girl anthem, you gotta get the dancer. Girl, it ain't no question, baby, you the answer. move her back.
I'm about to bring these ladies on.
So high, my mind gone. She so bad, like me alone. She so fat in that thong. That slow grind got me feeling like we alone. The way she move will blow your mind. Pulled out my phone, I said, now do it for the vine. If you a bad chick, get your hands up. If you a bad chick, get your hands up. It's a bad girl anthem. You fly and get the dancer. Girl, it ain't no questions, baby, you the answer.
Make it clap, make it clap for me. Make it clap, make it clap for me.
It's a bad girl anthem. You fly and get the dancer. Girl, it ain't no questions, baby, you the answer.
Make it clap, make it clap for me. Make it clap, make it clap for me.
Make 'em clap to this. Make 'em clap to this.
Make it clap, make it clap for me. Make it clap, make it clap for me.
It's a bad girl anthem. You fly and get the dancer. Girl, it ain't no questions, baby, you the answer.
Make it clap, make it clap for me. Make it clap, make it clap for me.
Make 'em clap to this. Make 'em clap to this.
Welcome to my world. See how I be sweating and shit? All these goddamn lights on you and shit? Hey, welcome to my world. See over this motherfucker, sweating like a motherfucker. Hey, WLVS. What's up, Boom? Thank you, brother. Thank you. Hey, welcome to the Eddie Kane Show. Y'all, my. Thank you, Boom. Cut off here because she back this motherfucker about to catch on fire. Hey.
A little nervous.
You a little nervous?
Yes.
Don't be nervous. It's gonna be easy. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we good now. She is like a deer in headlights right now. And not all that shit y'all be doing on social media. You gonna get over here and get all shy and shit.
Right. No, we not shy.
Hey, you know what I'm gonna say? Do not come through here with that bullshit. Hey,
tell her.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk.
Who are you guys? Who are you ladies?
I'm the real Nikki, and I'm Trap Star.
Okay. Now, that's just how you go. The real Nikki and Trap Star. Ain't no group name. That's it right there. So you guys are individual artists in addition to a group, so to speak.
Yes.
And no.
Yes, in a way. In a way, we make tracks together. You know, we're coming up with a brand together. But
they're coming up with a brand together, but they're not a group.
Yeah, Nikki.
You cannot come up with a brand together if you're not a group, or unless y'all gonna be a team. Y'all gonna be a team.
Business partners.
Okay, y'all
definitely
a team.
Yes, teamwork.
Okay.
Makes the dream work.
All right.
Gang in here.
Gang.
Gang.
All right, let's talk about it.
Okay.
Let's talk about the music.
Okay, the music.
Got a chance to bang your music in the mix. I think it was a week it was 2 weeks ago because you guys were supposed to be here last week. But nah. But nonetheless, got a chance to bang. You got a good response.
Yes.
Who
thank
is
God.
Nikki and Trap Star?
Go ahead, Trap Star.
Well, we're just we people. We're best friends, of course, and we just people. Good people. We're cool. We down to earth.
Yeah.
You know, we vibe with a lot of people, and we have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
And we love music.
What got you into music? Let me ask you that.
What got me into music, my whole family has been freestyling my whole life. So I was just sitting there one day and just started freestyling in my head. And I was like, oh, I can do it. So, you know, I recorded my first 3 songs when I was 15. And I really never took it anywhere. I just stopped rapping. So now that, you know, I'm 20, I'm like, you know, let me pick this back up because, you know, I have stuff to talk about. And you know, I want to share my emotions through my music. So that's my whole goal with my music and how I carry it.
What do you want to convey in your music so the people will know?
Real. I'm real. I'm the real Nikki. Is everything I say in my music is real. Everything I say I have been through is it's the
real.
truth. I'm not telling lies in my music. I'm
What
not
do you
just
talk
saying
about
stuff.
in your music?
I talk about, it's freaky stuff. It's real stuff. It's stuff I've been through with my family, from, being homeless to, really struggling and going through, a lot of things that people wouldn't even look at me to even say, oh, she went through, So if you listen to my music, you just gonna sit back and be like, wow, like I wouldn't even expect this to come out of her mouth, So what I convey is real. That's it, real.
What about you, Trap Star?
Well, I convey realness too, because for me, I have to speak a little louder because I'm a plus size female. So I talk about realness. I talk about the struggle because it wasn't always, my lifestyle wasn't always good. I talk about, how people get fake sometimes. I talk about everything basically in life, what I go through. And for me, I just, keep it real. And I'm uncut, I say what I gotta say and keep it moving.
Right.
Okay. I can dig that. I can dig that real loud.
Mhm.
When we talk about that type of stuff, let's break it down.
Okay.
What's going on, home? Let's break it down. What do you mean? Personify that. Times 10. Talk and break it down. How about the music wise?
Okay, well, my music, it just shows a different side of me, because sometimes I can't express how I really want to express myself, because people don't always listen to plus size females. People always down my size, just because I'm big, I can't do this or I can't do that. And I really have to, in my rap, I really have to explain myself.
Are you explaining yourself, or are you basically letting them know? Because you don't have to explain shit.
I'm letting them know. That's
right.
Yeah, I'm letting
Do
them
people
know.
try to fat shame you?
They definitely do.
As an artist?
Yes, they do. They definitely do. And
Why would you say that? Why would you think that they would fat shame you?
Because people you don't see a lot of plus size females rapping these days. You don't see a lot of plus size females being confident these days. So now I just, go off with, people always gonna throw shade. It's
Right.
just how you take it.
Right.
So I just try to
take it and make it into motivation.
Yeah, definitely.
People always gonna have something to say, but I've been bullied my whole life. Because
Why have you been bullied?
I'm mixed, first of all,
Okay.
and I grew up in Virginia, and the racism out there isn't the best. So I was told, why is your mom white and your dad's, black? It's not supposed to be like that. I've been bullied. My hair is pretty, and I'm light skinned, and all this other stuff. So I really just I want to empower females, to tell them, like, even if you're going through stuff, you being bullied, anything, you can make it out. You feel me? Just find your thing that fits you, that makes you happy. You feel me? And that's what I had to do. I had to stop listening to other people and going off other people's thoughts,
opinions
on what I should do with my life. So now that I'm taking my rap career serious, I'm taking it serious. And
hey, that's what it is. I'm proud of you for taking control of your life.
Thank you.
Who inspires you guys?
Lil'
As
Kim.
talking about is music artists or women. Doesn't have to be music. It could be someone in Congress. It could be anything. An actress. Who inspires you?
Well, my role model is Lil' Kim.
Okay.
She's number one because I feel as though she came into the rap game like, I'm taking over, like, straight up, So that's why I'm so blunt in my songs, because I'm taking over. You feel me? We taking over. I'm coming with no games. I'm coming with all fire. I'm coming with,
everything people not expecting.
Exactly. Everything, you feel me? Lil' Kim, she really came out and was like, fuck this, fuck that, straight up, like, with everything. So, that's how I carry myself. So she's definitely a big idol to me, and I really do look up to her.
Cardi B is killing shit right now.
Yeah.
Cardi B is killing shit, but it's catching hell because she's too what they call uncouth, meaning a little bit too
Ratchet.
Too ratchet. There you go. What do you say to that?
I knew you was gonna ask us this question.
I just want to know.
Cardi is, she's kind of, sort of an idol to me because of her background story. Our background stories kind of fit, so I can, I can relate to her. But as in her music, me personally, it's only a couple songs that I can say that, oh, okay, yeah, you did that, Cardi, but I just feel as though she's losing herself.
Why do you think she's losing herself? Because from what I hear, what I see, she's doing things she's doing what she wants to do on her terms. And when I say that, I say like she's doing I like it like that. She was able to take a Spanish song and flip it and make it mainstream.
Right.
So you gotta give her props. Because
definitely give her praise.
She didn't leave her community. She showed her Spanish community love.
Right.
But she also did it for. They called. Hold on for a second. We're gonna get you on the line in a quick. We're gonna get you on the line in a quick second, Jay. We're gonna get you on the line in a quick second. We're talking about this. We got an artist up. As soon as we get done, we're gonna get you on the line. Hold on, Jay. I need you to charge this and hold this line. This is for the 215. Now getting back to you, we were talking about Cardi B. She has 6 different records on Billboard, on the charts, top 100. Are we turning the corner? Because people aren't. I mean, Nicki, with all due respect, had reverted to this classy. I'm this classy.
Right.
Cardi comes out.
And
now Nicki is Chun-Li, and she's doing all this vicious ass ratchet shit.
Right.
So my question is, keeping it 100, is she doing it to keep up with Cardi? Because is music turning the corner again?
I
mean, when you listen to 21 Savage on that record with her body with body, whatever. When he talk about he get brain in the car and he put it on her face. I mean, the shit just vivid. Like that shit just out there. Ain't no disguising it. What the fuck?
It's uncut.
If your kids is watching, cut the fucking radio off.
Yeah.
But
might as well.
the reality in America is that that's acceptable. So are we turning the corner? Would you say? And would you want your kids to listen to that type of music?
Well, when I do have kids,
no, I'm just saying when you have kids.
No, I wouldn't, because.
So you wouldn't want them to listen to your music?
See, that's.
But if you're making it, you can't be ashamed to make it.
Right. See, the thing is I would let them listen to it, but I would explain to them it's just music.
It's entertainment.
Right, exactly. Don't take this further and try to do what they're saying they're doing. You know,
but when he gets 10 years old and the little kids in class walk up to him or her and they personify mommy, what mommy says in her record, how do you explain that? Because that is a reality.
Yeah, it is. It is
a reality.
People go through it every
and you
day.
have little kids, because you said yourself, you've been bullied.
Yeah.
That do negative things.
Right.
So it's common. It happens.
Right.
Talk to me.
For me, my kids wouldn't be able to listen to it, but it really doesn't stop the way I make music, only because I know what I want for my kids when I do have kids. And I know that I wouldn't want them, around that type of music until they're at least.
I respect you, ladies.
16.
You can explain to them about entertainment.
Right, exactly.
They need to be kids bopping up into that motherfucker.
They need to be listening to, like little.
But the problem is, as long as they have a phone, kids don't listen to radio, terrestrial radio like that. Yeah. They have AV cords and they listening to Spotify, and they got their own playlists and things of that nature. So what I'm saying is, kids are getting music that you don't even know nothing about. Like I'm finding out about artists. I'm like, where the fuck he come from?
Right, exactly.
And they be from my city, so I be like, damn.
I be like, oh, okay.
Shout out Lil Skies, man. Just found out he from the DMV. Killing me.
Shout out.
Shout out to him.
Yeah,
you know, we repping the
DMV
DMV to the fullest.
Man. I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna scrape the barrel too much with y'all because it's y'all first interview. But I do want y'all to shout out my countries.
Okay. Shout out to the UK, Japan, Nigeria, Taiwan, Germany, Russia, and
9 of them.
And 9 others.
Tune into the Eddie Kane Show. Rest in peace, Bishop Twan, Big Lil. Much love y'all, man.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Hey, tell me a little bit about these records we about to bang.
Okay, let's get it. Muddy Diamonds we muddy diamonds straight out the mud. You know how they say diamonds in the rough. We diamonds in the mud.
See, we best friends, so we done went through a lot of bad stuff together, and we done went through a lot of good stuff together.
Right.
So Muddy Diamonds is just like,
this is really our telling y'all this is us. We here now, and we ain't going nowhere.
Wow. All right. I want to see what y'all gonna do. Get the microphones and hit the stage. Tell the people where they can find y'all at one more time.
You can find me on Instagram at the real Nikki, Nikie. Thank you.
And you can definitely find me at Trapstar. Trapstar.
She don't even know her own name, Lord.
No, Trapstar. That's bit. I don't want to say the real word, but
shit, you done said everything else. Come on.
Yeah. Well, Trapstar.bitch.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. We can ready to get into the music right now. We're going with Muddy Diamonds first. Only on the Eddie Kane Show. 14-time award winner Eddie Kane Show. We appreciate the ladies coming through. We're ready to rock out for us. After that, shit about to get real. We get ready to get back into it with everybody to talk about what's going on, not just in the D.C. area, but all over the country. And yeah, right there. And it's called gentrification. All right? Only on the Eddie Kane Show, WLVS Radio, ListenVisualLive.com. I'm going to get Boom Ass out here when we get to talk about it because he done seen a lot of shit in his time. Only on the Eddie Kane Radio Show. Let's rock.
Since we know what we do out here. You know what we do.
You already know. The real Nikki.
Trapstar.
I don't know what it is about you. We diamonds on the money and we in the rough. The come up with some now we counting these bucks. Don't hate on the luck. We diamonds that's muddy. We diamonds that's muddy. We diamonds that's muddy. We diamonds that's muddy and we in the rough. The come up with some now we counting these bucks. Don't hate on the luck. We diamonds that's muddy. We diamonds that's muddy. We diamonds that's muddy. Straight out the mud. I ain't asking no favors. Tell these smart bitches I'm handing out waivers. Little bitch and I'm mixing some flavors. A lot of these bitches act like this is labor. I would've been on if I knew I was able. Promise to God that I won't be a label. Never doubt bitches, but I got the juice. I'ma live in this bitch till my sets through the roof. Start on my fuck up, I'm getting drop. Keep my bag on the lock, it away on my chest. Fucking niggas for less. I had no type of trust. At 15, I got chops on the top. I was rocking, explain how I feel, cause my family can dig. There's some shit I can't heal, so I start taking pills. Never know why, cause my heart couldn't chill. Going straight down the hill, but my bitch with me, so I keep on top. Please don't let the hoe jump, I'ma let the drunk after some pretty rappers. I don't fuck just the gun, I make love when I want it. Too good to be bum, nigga, run me my style. Never think I'm dumb, dumb, say you watch your position. Don't talk, I just listen, cause people are sneaky. These niggas so geeky, and bitches be picky. Too grown to run teams, yeah, that I'm king. Diamonds that's muddy and we in the rough. To come up with stuff, now we counting these bucks. Don't hate on the luck, we diamonds that's muddy. We diamonds that's muddy, we diamonds that's muddy. We diamonds that's muddy and we in the rough. To come up with stuff, now we counting these bucks. Don't hate on the luck, we diamonds that's muddy. We diamonds that's muddy, we diamonds that's muddy. Look where it leads you, don't let the run them back. It's over the century, and this money, this shit is illegal. Don't worry about me, cause I go for my career. It ain't about money, then I don't wanna see you. If you win this game, then it's always a secret. You acting, go try this, I might have to teach you. Come in my family, I might have to beat you. These bitches is sleeping for whatever reason. I wake them up, cause you know this is my season. They ain't no chopping, they put me, I'm choosing, I'm chasing my bag. Like that, but I'm glad you want them from all you. You gon' do what you saying, you all in my face. The whole time you scamming, I want it, I get it. I know how to flip it. When go chase the bag, then you might get to spend it. Never be broke, bitch, I know how to get it. Don't question my trunks, I got lots of ambition. You niggas is tripping, you niggas is fretting.
I see why these bitches is mad at the fact that I get my own point. I don't have to ask, I feed my own face. Don't ask why I'm fat, I eat my own game. No questions is asked, my niggas won't tell me. Diamonds are bad, don't play with me, hope this ain't hat in the hat. You lame and not hurt, you don't know how to act. Oh.
Slutty and we in the rough.
The combo was tough, now we counting these blocks.
Don't hate on the luck.
We diamonds, that's muddy. We diamonds, that's muddy. We diamonds, that's muddy.
We diamonds, that's muddy. Yeah, we in the rough. The combo was tough, now we
counting these blocks.
Don't hate on the luck. We diamonds, that's muddy. We diamonds, that's
Muddy,
muddy.
we diamonds, that's muddy.
They got one more for you. Tell them where they can find you.
Instagram at the real Nikki
And
and
my
IKIE.
And my Instagram is trapstar. That's BIHB.
All right, this is it. Then I'm gonna ask y'all to stick around if y'all can, or as long as you can. We gonna get it. We gonna get it in.
You know we here. Hey.
I know about you when I talk my shit, but it's okay, cause I always keep a couple grips. Just ask your nigga, cause he helped me with a couple zips. We getting money and we only turn up in the VIP. Don't
Trap
the
star.
shit.
What about me? I'm chasing my checks. Fuck with me. You want the left, this is good. I'm stepping on next. I'm getting what's hot. It's your max. It's about time to worry about bands. I do what I'm busy. You do what you can. Bitches ain't about me. So if they friends, they try to compete with they do not prepare. Look at the way that I look at myself and I look at you bitches and think of the job. Trying to do me and I think you need help. Half of the time you begging for clout. Swimming in seas and you wanna drive. You talking too much. Ho, give me the mouth. I'm so loud, just fucking them out. I'm gonna cut that turn facing about. Bitches in me, just like your nigga feeling me. And I got his ass on the feet. Why kissing you when you pay me? I get my money, no handouts. You tryna fit in and stand out. My girls ain't going to stand out. And I won't stop till your man down.
I know about you when I talk my shit, but it's okay, cause I always keep a couple grips. Just ask your nigga, cause he helped me with a couple zips. We getting money and we only turn up in the bed. Don't be the shit. Time to make these bitches mad. Treat these hoes like they my last. Bitch, stop holding out your hand. I'm all about money, these niggas are deaf. I live in they rap, ham and attack. It's about to get wild, they about to get wet. If you come to my city, you owe me some debt out of hood that I rap. This all in my sick, give a fuck about the better. If I want all the money, I'm taking that shit. Spend it on you, I want you to spend it. I'm taking rest. Show me the bitches that's better than they ain't making no check. I got sauce on guava, I'm weighing the mix. So thick in the hips, finessing that nigga like he is my best friend. Still throwing less in the face. My shoes gon' hit. Push a bitch out of line, I won't ever get tired. Some blood on her head, like she is a bird. Fuck with the hurt, you bound to get murdered. Step on the guard, I'm the best what you heard. Just listen to learn, straight up the third. I know about you when I talk my shit, but it's okay, cause he always keep a couple grips. Just ask your nigga, cause he helped me with a couple zips. We getting money and we only turn up in the bed. Don't be the shit. Yeah.
I hear you, ladies. WLVS Radio, ListenFishLive.com. Once again, Miss Nikki, the real Miss Nikki, and Trapstar. Thank you for stopping through the Eddie Kane Show.
No,
First
thank
time
you
ever.
for having us.
One more time, tell them where they can find you at, ladies.
Instagram at the real Nikki NIKIE. Follow me.
And I'm Trapstar. That's BIH.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Can you pass the microphone to those fellas right there? All right. Y'all hope y'all stick around for a few minutes because we get ready to get into some real shit right about now. This is something that needs to be spoke about that we don't talk about, but we need to talk about. And we got to have a real conversation right now. Jay? Oh, okay. Oh, you knocking all the cameras down. Okay. Well, we get ready to get into it. And make sure you open. You can make their pit theirs a little wider too. Yeah, because they a little small as a motherfucker over there. Hey, but we're gonna get ready to get into some content that might be uncomfortable for some, not all, but some, because we need to have a real conversation in America. And I think hip hop is one of the main ways to click on the back, on the back. You see the back? Yep. Hit that button. You see the button? Okay. Okay. Are you there, caller? Caller, you there? Hello, you there? Make sure it's plugged all the way in on. Call. Are they here? All right, hold up. You there, caller? Yeah, cut it up. See if you gotta cut it up. Is it? Is it? Let me see something. Is it my case? You there, y'all? Hold on for a second, brother. Let me take this case off. Let me take this case off real quick. Let me see if this works. All right, we about to get right. They calling in. Call you there? Jay, see, it's on this side, Jay. Call you there? Something ain't right, man. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. This might be the cord we had the shortage. Okay. We're gonna get you, meanwhile, caller, we're gonna get you straight. Are you there? Okay, you there? I just heard him. It might be the cord.
Yeah, it does have a shortage in it.
Okay. You got another one? No. Okay, use this one. Okay. Use this one. Use this one. Okay. We got me on music right now. But I am gonna need you to work the phone for me. All right? Let's see something. Caller, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to the Eddie Kane Show. We get ready to talk some real shit. Make sure you make their screen bigger, please. Caller, tell the people who you are. Tell the people who you are. Introduce yourself.
My name is Kenyatta. One of the Eddie Kane, one of my friends, one of my great friends.
No question. And introduce so they'll know your background, brother.
Well, I've been in the music industry over 15 years. I worked with a lot of major labels.
Definitely.
From Atlantic Records, Rock Nation, consulting on the music industry. One of my clients is Lydia Harris, who's one of the founders of Death Row Records.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot.
And you were one of the curators, the founders of putting together the super R&B group. Once was 4EY, featuring
4EY the Future.
4EY the Future featuring Michi and all those guys.
Yeah, Kenny Aiko, Michi.
Mm-hmm. You've been a trendsetter in this music, so we thank you for calling in today.
Thank you for having me.
We talk about gentrification right now, though, Yada. And I got two young men that are excellent because they were able to, I was asking them to explain, what did their peers, how do their peers perceive us as African Americans? And I'm gonna let you recap for me, fellas. Tell us a little recap of what you said earlier. Jay, get Boom out here. Tell Boom I said get his ass out here.
So my personal experience was at George Mason University. We're a pretty diverse school, so we just have a lot of different types of people, a lot of different ethnicities. So just being around people of other ethnicities is kind of ingrained in our campus culture there.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, I go to school in South Carolina, so it's a different story. I see all sorts of ignorance, racism, anti-Semitism all over the place.
Okay. Boom, which is Jeremy, which is the owner of Listen Vision Studios, in addition to WLVS Radio, has been in the music business, embedded in D.C. over 20 years. He is a white Jewish male, yet he is married to a minority female. And I can assure that he has supported a lot of African Americans in his time. So I want everybody to be fair with all my panelists. Boom, I want you to keep it real though. What do you see as part of the problem? Talk to me. What is part of the problem when it comes to this gentrification?
Okay, so I just got the topic right there. So I came in late. I was
I thought you knew. Shit,
no, I was like, oh my God, what the hell are we talking about? Well, let me tell you. So it's kind of interesting because I just came from a meeting over at Blind Wino in Southwest. Okay, and my meeting.
Give me his picture, why, so we can see.
Yeah. So for lack of a better word,
Yes.
my meeting, was based in and around gentrification.
Okay, well let him see. He gonna come up here. All right, cool.
So my meeting Well, I guess we're gonna have to go public with
good.
this now. So
Okay.
here it is. Here's the public story. I guess I am now announcing this publicly.
Okay.
We are in talks to create the first ever hip hop museum here in Washington D.C. and we're looking at sites in Southwest. And you know, while there's we have a lot of good feeling about creating that museum, we also know that one of our responsibilities to the community is to create affordable housing. And one of the things that we were talking about with the developers just now is how important it is to be able to create something new while still respecting the people that live there and that created the community. And so all of a sudden, hashtag Old DC is becoming a thing. The Washingtonian magazine just posted 8 pictures of white people saying, "I'm not a tourist, I live here."
I'm glad you brought that up because that's where we're going to start. How did you, I want to get everybody's perspective. When you saw that, what came to mind?
Well, this is systemic racism. I mean, that's like the definition of systemic racism because I want to bet that the white people at the Washingtonian magazine that have been representing nothing but white people's interests for the last 20, 40 years aren't even aware of how much their bias affects them. But I would simply say this. If we want DC to maintain any sort of its community and feel and the beauty that made it what it is, we will have to work a lot harder than we are working right now, letting development companies, developers, and real estate come in left and right and buy out interest from every single neighborhood. And guess what? The city will give them a building for $1.
Talk to them so they can understand.
So there's a political aspect where we have to speak with our politicians, with your local city council members. And you have to say, in our case, Brianne Nadeau, please stand up to the development corporations like Douglas Development, like all of these huge companies
that are coming in and
that are coming in
and
buying up
outpricing
land.
the properties so minorities are not able to live in the Washington
And in
region.
some cases, evicting them because there are laws that favor the developers.
Are you serious?
And they will offer them a check of $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 that they can't afford to refuse.
Something like an eminent domain type of situation.
Basically.
When I used to sell real estate, that was one of the things that I used to see, that if the county or the government wants your property, they can tag it eminent domain and steal it from you. That's real. And give you a check for whatever they deem to be necessary. But Yada, I'm glad that we got you on the phone. Let's talk about something. This is going to hurt some feelings right here. Are African Americans to blame, Yada, for some of this? Because we had an opportunity, bruh, and we dropped the ball. We were fighting over blocks that we didn't even fucking own. We went to jail over blocks that we fucking didn't own. We spilled blood over blocks that we didn't fucking own. And there were a lot of guys in these hoods, in these neighborhoods, that made millions of dollars that could have invested together, or if not on their own. Now, there were some that I know for a fact, and I ain't gonna say no names, but did. But for the most part, why didn't African Americans buy back the block?
I think first the whole thing is this. The bottom line is ignorant all across the board. And then the second part of it is why not? So let me get into the first part. We was told back in the day, I mean the 90s, before me, the 80s, 70s, about this plan. And this plan was to move so-called black people out of the D.C. area.
No question.
Now, you had so many people that kept saying, they can't do that.
They can't do that.
It's never gonna
Exactly.
happen.
Talk to him, brother.
It ain't but the reality is that it happened before with the Georgetown situation. When you study the history of D.C., Georgetown was owned by black people. It wasn't named Georgetown after George Washington. It was named Georgetown after George Thomas, who was one of the black founders of Georgetown. But what happened is that when they wanted to take the land, they went down, took Georgetown, and put everybody from Georgetown over to the southeast area. And then, Georgetown became what it became. But the problem is always not with the so-called whites or Jews, and it's with us. Because we don't never step up to the plate. Like I'm listening to the caller, the speaker before me, and he was saying about how the politicians, we need to go to them. They should step up. We need to step up. We need to, if we hear, we need to say, well, listen, first of all, we need to stop all of the nonsense that we doing, killing each other, robbing each other. We need to come together first and foremost for the community. Then once you come together as a community, then you have a level of influence. Power is nothing but the ability to influence. That's it. Money isn't power. Money is a tool that is used to create power. Power is simply the ability to influence. If you don't have the numbers, you can't influence anything. So you can go to a politician as a single individual, but it's not going to make a difference. You need to go with the numbers. Until we unify until we unify under one cause, one banner, whatever the case may be, we're never going to be able to make any change anyway, because we don't have the level of influence. And that came when you go back to that 90s era where all the ones that was making money in the streets, because it was a lot, they call it the golden era of DC, where you had millions of dollars that was being made. On the flip side of that, there was a conspiracy, which we know now as the crack cocaine conspiracy. But that part of the cocaine conspiracy, which stripped away all of these money makers from the D.C. area and a lot of the urban hoods around the country, what it did was it isolated the mentality to understand being a boss or being able to influence and control something, because it took away the identity of D.C. All those guys that got locked up, even though they was in the streets and they was selling this and selling that and making money, they was the identity of D.C. And so when that identity was taken away, you have now the generation who have no clue about D.C., its history, its culture, its identity, or none of that. So yeah, it's easy to come in and influence this and influence that and move people out, because who's going to stand up for anything that they don't have an understanding of?
But who's at fault? Because aren't we somewhat to blame? We got to be accountable.
Absolutely.
What I'm into
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the accountability aspect, because we as a people always want to place blame. God damn. I mean, we all. Exactly. I mean, I'm not excused from this either. I've been a part of the problem for a lot of years too. But in moving forward, are we more part of the problem? Because, like, we don't want to deal with the core problem. We would rather go around it and talk about everything else that was an issue with it, but not the fucking problem at hand. Yes, we've been oppressed. Exactly. Yes, we've been discriminated against. Yes, all of that shit has happened, and it still happens today. But do we carry a stigma? Because when you turn on the fucking news, every night we kill each other. That's real. Fuck all the no, we don't. We hood battling over some shit that we don't even fucking own. Because when they close this shit up, guess what? Developers come in and make money off of it. So many bodies have dropped in those hoods over shit they didn't own. Cuckoo, talk to me, man. You came from the Oxon Hill, Maury Avenue side, but you were right there on the D.C. line. So you saw a lot of Southeast drama, action. A lot of murder coming up in the 90s when you were there, when you were growing up, because your family was from all over Southeast and Maryland.
Yes, sir.
Talk about what your viewpoint was. What is your standpoint on what we're talking about with the gentrification? Because also, Eastover is in the project. And they've already started with the MGM. They're going to work their way down.
Right,
absolutely.
Right. When I was coming up in the 70s, it was all about respect. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, when you was doing stuff on the front, front of the old heads, it was like...
No question.
Parents back then, they can beat us back then. You know what I'm saying? Whoop us and discipline us. But now, it's not like that no more. And I think because it's not like
because
that
they have ripped or stripped away from parents being parents and being able to discipline, yet leads a child to say, if you beat me, I'm calling the police. And I've seen that happen. It's in the news. It's prevalent. It's happening.
And it's a setup because when I was getting a beating, I was learning from it.
But you were learning, from your
Right,
mistakes.
Right. And I was learning from my mistakes. And now it's like, if you beat them, like you said, they going to jail. And it's a setup. The system is about business right now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about you commit a crime and, we're going to punish you. There's a lot of people locked up for nothing. Look at Meek Mills. Private example. That tells you right there. Like,
but let's keep it real. Who did the bullshit? It wasn't a white person. It was a black woman.
Yeah, we did.
So but we gotta hold Meek accountable too.
Right.
He on fucking probation. He acting a fool. He pissing dirty. Come on, man. When the fuck do we be accountable at some point?
But you got
because I fucked up too. I've done that same shit.
But you gotta remember this too. The drugs the stuff they put in the drugs make you addictive. You can't, like medicine. You in pain, you get hooked on it. They know what they doing. Selling pills is, these nurses. Whatever you want to call them. What you call them? Narcotics, whatever. The people that sell pills in the industry, they making billions of dollars. This is about money.
But the shit flipped on them.
It's a setup.
It flipped on. Let's keep it real. Okay, we're going to, since we got, and I'm glad we have the cast we do. The shit flipped on races. The pills came out, and it was supposed to have been to addict African Americans. And what has now happened, the opiate epidemic has taken over the Caucasian race, and they are dying at an alarming rate because of this. But let's keep it real.
But now we're compassionate.
That's what I want to say.
So when it was crack and cocaine, right.
Let's talk about that.
It's the reverse. What will happen is that's just the universe. See, the one thing, let me tell you something, man. The one thing about people is they keep forgetting about universal law. You can't do dirt and don't expect dirt to come back. When that crack cocaine conspiracy was put together, it's nothing but the reverse happening to them now.
Yeah. And the Nixon aides, by the way, I just want to state fact here, that aides to Nixon have publicly now come out
and said
that the war on drugs was a war on African Americans.
It was a war on African Americans. Absolutely. That was fact, but we know that.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I don't really expose a lot of my history on that side. I'm not gonna say a victim because I'm not a victim, but I've been involved in 3 of those conspiracies. From the heroin conspiracy, which still affects my godfather today, which is Matulu Shakur, who created the AccuDetox program to help blacks detox from off of heroin. He's still incarcerated right now today, been incarcerated since the 80s under a bogus robbery charge, but it's really because he was one of the creators of the AccuDetox program, which was fighting the heroin addiction that happened in the 70s and the 80s. Then I went through the crack cocaine shit. Then I went through the Unicor federal prison shit. So, a lot of these, but the thing is, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm saying that we know what's going on.
We're going to keep it real.
Like what Eddie said earlier about, we've been in slavery. There was lynching. There was Jim Crow. Okay, cool. What are we going to do about it now? We know what can happen and what's been happening and all that. Okay, cool. We know we playing against some dirty power. Cool. What we going to do?
It's that simple. We gotta find some empowerment. If you look at it, every African American leader we had has been taken down. Bill Cosby, and anybody who's we look up to has been admonished. It's fact. Jesse Jackson, anybody that, and I'm not going to say in a lot of these cases these gentlemen haven't been wrong, but in the 70s and the 80s we had folks to look up to. We had role models. In today's time, the young people don't have role models because the OGs are fucking sitting on the block smoking weed with the kids. So hence
they going along to get along.
And listen, and the young people are pulling out here doing everything. They making hella moves, and the fucking OG smoking K2. And guess what? They don't respect the OG. Fuck the OG. I'm making
topple
money.
the OG.
Yeah. So it's about toppling. Fuck the OG. I'm the OG. I'm his big homie. So there's no more respect.
Or some people don't want to deal with the youngest because they don't trust them either.
Yeah, You can't.
But see but again, it go back. This what I'm saying. It go back like this shit. All this shit is old news, man. This shit go back to that Willie Lynch shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they told us, we read books and they told us about that shit 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago. Turn the dark skin against the light skin. Turn the young against the old. Turn the woman against. That shit is old shit.
But we
you know
have
what I'm saying?
not. If we know it, though, Yada, why the fuck haven't we acted on it? Why aren't we?
Because that's the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that we have not made a conscious decision to say, listen, we know what's going on. Like this the number one thing. First of all, because we an emotional people, we get emotional very quick. So what happens is that soon as we about to try to make a move, pick up some bullshit in the news, it pushes a button, and now we on that. And we done forgot all about the move we was about to make.
Definitely.
Hey man,
I said that earlier. That's a big problem within our community. We wave hop. We don't stick with the fucking issue at hand. So soon as what they do, they distract you and do some shit over here, and then we over that motherfucker. We try to deal with that.
So to answer the question, the problem what we got to do is we got to stop looking at the branches and look at the root. Until we kill the root and get rid of the root and deal with the root, we don't keep dealing with branches.
That's a great point right there.
And okay, so then you got allies. Let's talk about allies because these guys in here are my friends. No different than the freedom fighters. In fact, I want to say to black people, every white person is not your enemy. Okay?
True.
Stop always painting that bullshit ass narrative. All white people are not bad. That's bullshit. If you go look at the fucking footage from the 60s and 50s when they was rioting, when they were marching, there were just as many white people marching with Martin Luther King, just as many people, white guys that was embedded with Malcolm X as they are African Americans. We just don't talk about it.
And to add to your point, man, there was look. I done met motherfuckers. I done met motherfuckers who was fighting in South Africa for South African freedom.
That's
so
big.
Yeah, it's not a. I've never thought it was a white or black situation.
But a lot of times we make it that though, Holmes. We make it that.
Because the situation. Let me tell you something. The situation is this: those who know and those who don't know.
But listen, we got to keep it on a two-sided coin. Yes, black people a lot of times too we're discriminated against. We're red flag. They do us wrong. Not every one of them though. We just gotta figure out which ones is fucked up, and we got to deal with them. But as long as we got a fucking president that can sit in the White House and lie on a daily basis with no accountability, where the fuck do the leadership start? Because right now, as a people, we are fucked up. And let's talk about the Muslim situation. We had a brother here who was Muslim earlier. Now, boom, you're Jewish. You're Jewish. People were discriminated against themselves.
I actually happen to think that, and I'm not trying to get weird here, but I think that's why a lot of Jews in America, and especially folks I grew up with, kind of understand, I think, better the plight of the black people, because when you have 6 million Jews massacred in the Holocaust, and you experience anti-Semitism, and you go through similar hardships but in different ways, then when you see other people going through it, it hits a really fucking sickening chord inside of me. I have a very mixed family, not just my wife, but even my uncle and my cousins are black, and I have my entire. I won't get into it.
So you got a diverse family.
Very diverse family. So I get sick to my stomach, literally, when I see injustice happening, and it makes me not want to live or work or do anything where injustice occurs, because I don't want to reap any sort of benefits that didn't come from a level playing field.
Wow. Now let's talk about it, because that shit is real. Let's talk about that. That's real. But why? Okay, let's move forward. Okay, how do we stop the violence in our community, fellas? We gotta take some accountability on that shit, because the kids are now killing each other. The other day, and I'm talking about in Washington D.C.
Yeah, Ballou.
40 kids ran up in Ballou.
From Ballou.
From Ballou, ran up into whatever the name of the school is. I can't think.
Calvert or something. Yeah.
And got to fighting. Hence, a good kid. Even though if he was fighting, doesn't make him that he was a bad kid. Fuck, we've all fucked up once upon in our time.
Right.
The point I'm making is a good kid that didn't have a fucking record died, was shot. Somebody else lost their fucking child. So how the fuck do we get to these kids? Because they don't respect authority. They don't respect older people. And 95% of them are junkies. How the fuck do we communicate? Because like you said, don't nobody want to fuck with them because they crazy.
Yeah.
But if we don't, we're going to be in a bigger situation than we are right now.
Well, hold on now. Not to interject, because this is an important conversation. But you said they're mental. No one wants to fuck with them because of their mental. Well, let me tell you something. Another fucking psychotic kid in Texas the other day, white kid, white terrorist, shot up another school for the 20th week in a row. Just another one. Okay, so you got stuff happening in the black community like you just talked about. You got the crazy kids in the white community, white terrorists going into schools.
Why aren't they named or labeled domestic terrorists? I mean,
because they're white.
Say it again.
Because they're white.
Wow. And that's a hard fucking truth. Because they're white, that's what you call keeping it real.
Every time. These kids are terrorists now at this point. That many kids are getting murdered on a regular basis. That's domestic terrorism. But they don't want to call it. They don't want to call it that. And forget that. They don't want to deal with the mental aspect. So how about we do nothing? Why don't we just keep doing nothing?
Why the fuck won't we change the gun laws? What is the NRA that fucking strong that we can't overpower them? Is the NRA that much in charge and run the country and that much influence that they're giving this much motherfucking money away that we can't change these laws? Because it doesn't matter how many fucking kids get killed. These motherfucking politicians will not vote against that shit. And that shit to me is a fucking I can't
wild.
grasp it.
And the amount of
Because
money
your
they're
fucking
taking
kid-
isn't
you know
that
why?
much.
But you know why? Because their fucking kids don't go to those type of schools.
Right.
Let's keep it real.
Right.
That's right.
They don't go to those fucking schools, so they don't have to worry about that.
But at the same time, too, it depends on the payoff that they get. Like, whatever solution that needs to be created, it needs to be created from a standpoint where money doesn't affect it. Because as long as money is involved in anything, it's never going to be justice. Never gonna get justice. It's the same way when you go to politicians. Okay, you gonna vote. I'm gonna put this bill to the floor. I need you to write this bill and put it to the floor. And I'm gonna let you use the yacht, or you can use the corporate resort, or I'm gonna throw some money towards your kids' scholarship, or whatever the fuck the case may be. That's why you got them senators and politicians that's been up in there for 15, 20 years dealing with political action committees and lobbyists and all that other shit. So whatever solution is, we need to get at the kids, but it's got to be some shit where money don't even affect it. So it's got to be a grassroots situation.
Hey, I gotta bring in another guest, world renowned, my man Crank Lucas, out here making hella noise all over YouTube in the building today. But we're gonna talk about some real shit, Crank. Are we as much to blame for the shit that's going on in the world today? Like, I saw your commentary on Kanye. Like, fuck Kanye, and I've been saying this shit. That shit was foul because, in my eyesight, now everybody got a different view of what their interpretation was. But for me, my mama was a sharecropper. So my feeling was, I don't give a fuck what you felt, you should have kept it to yourself. That wasn't the platform and the way to get at to the community, because you got a big ass platform and everybody's not deep like you. Talk to me, Crank Lucas.
Am I talking in this mic?
No, you talking to the one you got in your hand. Cut his mic up, please.
Yeah.
It's on. Okay, talk.
It's on.
Yep.
Check. All right. At the end of the day, who gives a fuck what Kanye said?
Right.
It doesn't fucking
he's
matter.
Influential though, bro.
No. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Let me hear your reason.
We as black people, African Americans, Native Americans, whatever you want to classify us as, have been doing nothing but getting offended and shitted on for 400 something plus years.
Right.
Why get bent out of shape off of what one person says and what his opinion was, and the real thing about it is I don't even know if that's his actual opinion. I think he's really trolling, but outside of that, it doesn't matter what he says. We can sit here and debate all day if slavery was a choice or not. And it created some great content. I created some great content off of it. So I do appreciate him for saying that.
You a wild motherfucker, man. You dirty.
But outside of that, in the grand scheme of things, it comes down to, okay, whether slavery was a choice or not, what are we actually doing to improve our situation economically? What are we doing to improve?
I'm glad you said that. Crank, did you see the picture on my page, on my Facebook, on my Instagram? I think y'all need to go see that picture of the white family standing in front of the Sursum quarter sign.
Yeah.
Did you see that picture? Yeah. Go look at my Instagram real quick, Crank. Please.
Is it white family?
Standing in front of. Can you go look at the picture? Go to Eddie Kane. If you're all around the world and you're looking, go to my Instagram right now and go at Eddie Kane. And what I want you to look at, or even Facebook, and I'm going to come back to you, Kenyatta, and then I'm going to bring you back in too. I want to talk about black young men had a fucking chance to make a difference in the community. We wore our wealth. There you go. We wore our wealth on our back. A lot of times. We bought cars. I'm included. Me too.
Me too.
I was a part of the problem.
Likewise.
We did not invest in the community. We did not do shit to help the community outside of going to the fucking go-go and keeping go-go alive for 25 to 30 years. What the fuck did we do but forfeit the money, give it back to the fucking government for them to go and give the Iran-Contra scandal, all kind of motherfuckers.
But this is the thing, though. We didn't have that knowledge and information to even do that in the first place. Nobody sat with us and said, you take your money and this is what you do. Start a Roth IRA account. Start up a business. Set money aside for retirement. Do this, do that, and this, that, and the third. We didn't have that type of information in our community. So it's our fault only when you're talking about people like me and you that's actually woke and know what's going on, and we don't apply that information versus when we didn't know that information, and the countless people that don't have that information and don't know that information. You can hold them accountable to an extent, but at the end of the day, if you don't know what to do or how to do it, then you just lost. And now we're back in the same cycle of blaming each other who didn't have that information.
Well, then explain this, Crank, and I want you to chime in. Kenyatta, why the fuck are we killing each other? We still killing each other. We still killing each other.
Drugs.
So what's the problem?
Drugs, hate.
We created hate. The word hate. Hated on, right. All that new nuance shit came from us. We gave that shit to other communities. So it started with us first.
The word might have came from our community, but the actions didn't come from our community.
Break that down so people can hear.
We was a very loving people. We was a very embracing. What happened was the people that are in control of the world came along and corrupted minds and said, this is how we do shit. And they injected their foul shit into society. So now it's a certain way that you have to live and get through society. And unfortunately, it is through hate and violence. But it falls down onto every demographic, not just us. The difference is we're the demographic that they focus on because the propaganda is to make us look as fucked up as possible.
Facts.
True.
But if we know that, and a lot of times you had a lot of brothers that was getting money that knew that, but they neglected to pass the information on for self-greed because they didn't want to stop.
I think that's another thing. I think the self-greed was another thing that was instilled into certain people. Like, look, don't just get this information for free. You got to pay me for this information. You got to, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's all a hierarchy of what actually happened. But at the end of the day, systematically, we was placed at the bottom of the totem pole for a reason. And we're still feeling the effects of that today.
Cuckoo, talk to me. Kenyatta, you next.
Yes, sir. I'm going to tell you, when I was coming up, you know, it was all about flashing, showing off, and going to go-go's, who got the most money, you know, who got the most females, and et cetera, right? And I grew up around parents that went to church. But when I went on the outside, When, you know, my mother always taught the word of God and my father. But when I go outside, it go out one ear out the other. So over the period of time, you know, I was like, dang, all them cars I bought, you know what I'm saying? I could have did something with that. But I wasn't, like you said, Frank, I wasn't aware. You know what I'm saying? Because we were doing too much fast stuff in life that we ain't have a time to spend time with our mind. You know, and when I went to prison, hate to say it, it woke me more up. I wasn't no bad person on the street, but I was so corrupt around old heads.
Yeah, because you're Maury Avenue. You come from the Maury Avenue, and y'all back in there was getting a lot of fucking money. But y'all was doing a lot of murdering. You're not saying you, but I'm saying, you said not me. No, but the people that was entrenched in the neighborhood, there were a lot of murders.
Yeah, it was because, man, it was just like some people was angry and greedy, you know, like you had some real friends and you had some fake friends, you know what I'm saying? When we was coming up, we stuck together, you know? I learned that from my mother and my father and my brothers. Okay. So what I did, I translate their lifestyle to my lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Okay. That's why I'm still here. I done seen people got killed, robbed, and all that. So now this day, like I got a new frame of mind, man. It's about investing and, you know, come together and spend time. We want to spend time with our hair, our clothes, and all that, and we don't want to spend time with the mind.
With the knowledge.
Yeah, and they putting all this video and stuff out here thinking that's the way to live. That's not the way of living, like having big cars and big old houses. Do you see executive producers or
motherfuckers drive Prius and shit?
Right,
trust me.
On record label, do you see them doing that? No.
But that's my
That's
point.
where we messed
Y'all
up.
to come in right after this. Come on.
And that's my point. It's the way we were conditioned. You can't combat conditioning in one generation. You can't combat 4 generations, 5, 6 generations of conditioning in one generation. Like, we're talking about 400 years, 300 years of conditioning to feel a certain type of way. Right. Yeah, to fuck your mindset up. To combat it, even though yes, niggas is awake and niggas is awoke and understand what's going on, like it still is going to take a lot of work economically, financially, educationally, just every facet of human life being on that same mind frame. Like, look, we got to reverse this shit, or not necessarily reverse it, but move forward past it. Like, it takes a lot of work. I blame some niggas for doing nigga shit. Cause some niggas do some nigga shit. But at the end of the day, we was conditioned this way, and that wasn't by accident.
Okay. Let's talk. Y'all to talk to me.
You know, I'm saying, my mind, I think, man, that everybody, like what Frank said about getting on that page, like I already know that it's going to take. See, the problem is a lot of times we want instant gratification. So we don't sit down and say, okay, you know what? Here's a 5-year plan. Here's a 10-year plan. Here's a 25-year plan to move forward towards those goals. Like a lot of shit that we be seeing, that ain't happening overnight. That comes from 20 years of planning, 30 years of planning, 40 years of planning. And then we see the results. That's why I said, opening the conversation about how in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s, motherfuckers been was told about this plan to move black out of D.C. So the plan was already laid out. It's just they kept working towards it in different, and we would see different sectors. Like when I first seen, I think I texted you this, Eddie, when I first seen a deaf couple, a white deaf couple, move into 21st in Vietnam back in 2003. Already knew. I'm like, okay, I see what's happening from just that right there. And sure enough, 2005, 2007, 2008, you start seeing it. So the first thing we need to do is decide, okay, what do we need to do? First thing, what do we need to do?
We need to create more investment groups, legal investment groups, where we can start buying property if we feel that strongly about it. But again, like Frank Lucas said earlier, We are wave jumping.
See, but hold
They'll
up. But
throw
see,
a
this the
motherfucking
thing,
monkey
man.
wrench,
But-
and we'll
but-
forget
but
all
hold
about
up.
this shit and go
But
somewhere
why-
else. with it.
But this the thing, though.
That's true.
When you deal with, because like what Crank was saying, first of all, we living in a different. We live now, or we
Everybody
exist
quote me. I
now
don't
with a
remember saying none of
different
that shit. I'm drunk.
mentality. Our mentality is totally different from who we used to be. Now, when you deal with black folk today and money, shit, you already know what the result will be because you're gonna have trust issues. You're gonna have, man, I don't think he should hold the money. I don't think that bank should hold it. I don't think they should be the CFO.
We
I
found
don't
out,
think
we are, man. We
you gonna have all that
that's the
type of
realest
shit.
ever. Dude, we the nitpicking these motherfuckers and find a problem with everything.
Yeah.
Damn.
Exactly, because the thing about it, the thing again, it goes back to that Willie Lynch shit. We can find 1,000 things to keep us separated, but not 2 things to keep us together.
Wow.
Say that one more
Bars.
time.
Bars.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
He ain't never lying.
We can find 1,000 things to keep us separated, but not 2 things to keep us together.
That's factual. I want to say this because we gotta get ready to wrap this up because we gotta get ready to get into the hiphopondeck.com top 14. Hey, I want to say this to you fellas though. Why in our community, when somebody graduates from college, they might get a cookout, but when your homie come home from prison from doing 5, you throw him a big party, give him 10,000 and then some more shit. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Why is our mentality so fucked up that when people come home from jail, we celebrate them, but we don't celebrate the motherfucker who just did 4 years in a motherfucking college with barely eating, struggling like a motherfucker?
Good question.
Can I answer?
Go ahead, I want to hear Crank.
Okay, the reason is because niggas graduate from college every day, B.
Niggas come home every day, B.
Right. But at the end of the day, you're in college for them years bettering yourself and learning under this fucked up financial institution under which you should be celebrating. But the difference is that getting out is overcoming some shit.
Hey, Crank, can I ask you one question? Did the fuck I make you do what the fuck you did to go to jail? So why the fuck I gotta celebrate you coming home?
Oh, you don't have to.
No, but I'm just saying. Why is it? Why I'm asking. We make a big issue. We throw the big elaborate party. Junebug coming home. We're gonna get 10,000 together. We're gonna get you 5, 10.
Okay, so why are we happy to see Junebug coming home versus your niece graduating from college?
Exactly.
Okay. The answer to that question is something that I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. When you put it that way.
But I just wanted to put something on your mind.
I think it is because it's like, you know how you practice so much of doing stuff in life, you become better at it. That's what it is. It's a tradition. Like,
I'm not buying that.
Nah, listen. When you listen though. But listen, I learned the mind, right? When you used to doing something every day, it become a habit. So it's like it's a tradition. Like everybody used to doing it, they can't break out that habit. You get what I'm saying? So they far gone. So that's what I mean by you got to spend time with your mind.
I got you.
You got to sit back and observe.
Man, these motherfuckers ain't thinking about no. Listen, in closing. And I know in closing, we got to get off. We got to go, y'all.
Right.
Let me ask y'all this. Is social media majority of the time to blame for these young dudes getting killed?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, let me jump on that. Look, real fast. Look, this how this shit go. If you love birds, then when you go on social media, all you gonna fuck with is looking at birds because that's your mindset. So you're not gonna jump on social media and say, hey, you know what? Let me go look and see what this dog look like, or let me go see what this. You only gonna gravitate towards where your mind is at. So if your mental state is on some dumb shit, I want to see who twerking. I want to see what gun such and such guy. I want to. Then when you go on social media, that's where you going at. It's the individual.
I'm guilty, man. Shit, I be watching who twerking. I ain't gonna lie. I hope my wife ain't watching. I hope she ain't watching. But no, all jokes aside, I'm saying it from the standpoint, from the mindset, Crank, Lucas. We're talking about young people, Crank, that are flashing sometimes, in some instances, counterfeit money.
Right.
In some cases, they're flashing thousands of real money.
Exactly.
They're posting guns. They're posting lean, coke, meth, you name it. They posting it all.
It's a habit.
It's a habit.
Now I'm talking about like there's a.
It's a stigma. That shit is.
Yeah, but I
do
just
you
said,
see
like
any
I
of them
said,
white guys doing that? You might see them in their big beer ponging, but you don't see them motherfuckers posting on motherfucking case of lean.
Again, we're conditioned. We're conditioned to do certain things. Now, at the end of the day, that's not an excuse. That's just the facts. But the fact is that we have to be accountable as the OGs and talk to the youngins and say, look,
this though, bro.
Okay.
They respect you because you're a fucking YouTube icon. They listen to me because I'm on radio.
Okay, well then we got to whoop their ass. We got to whoop their ass. We got to go back to whooping their ass.
They get a
till they get it.
They gonna kill your whole family, nigga. You 40
and that's what you gotta deal with. That's the bad shit you gotta deal with. But that's the only way.
Yeah, and I want to shout out some of the groups like the alignment, the men, concerned black men. Mo, Red Door Mo. That's Mo is used to be with Peaceaholics. He's an icon. Tony Lewis Jr., Jahar, all of these. What's my man in the wheelchair? The Muslim brother. What's his name? Up here on Georgia Avenue, Malik. Malik Muhammad. Them brothers, man, put their life on the fucking line to walk kids home from school or make sure the kids got food to eat. Like they do that shit. So I salute them. But we still got a problem within our own community. Because listen, we don't want to believe that shit stink. And in closing, let's use Rollo as example. Okay? Now we have weed cultivators, right? All over the world. Denver, all these other places, right? And Crank Lucas. They have in the excess of maybe 1 million, 2 million in plants, and that without even the stripping of the bud. Would you agree?
I would.
Would you agree? I'm talking about these marijuana.
I'm sure it's even more than that.
These marijuana big growth companies. Would you agree that they have 2-3 million in their facility at all time?
Yeah.
Would you agree, y'all, the same thing?
Yeah, all day.
Okay, so why the fuck did they target a black guy like Rollo when there's multitudes of weed places that the feds could shut down?
Because he's black.
Because he's black. Black people, you gotta wake the fuck up. Yeah. I'm trying to teach you something today. I got some great people on the panel. I thank you, Crank Lucas. He said, because he's black.
He's black.
That's why I say you got to spend time with that.
The first person that was actually legally a slave, John Punch, he was legally sentenced to slavery, and the judge specifically said the third one, John Punch being a Negro, it was 3 people that ran away from their plantation. At this point, it wasn't slavery; it was still servitude. They ran away from the plantation. It was 2 white dudes, one from Europe, one was Dutch, and the other one was Scottish, and John Punch was a Negro or African. But when the judge sentenced them, he named all their locations where they was from, but he specifically said John Punch III, being a Negro, is sentenced to slavery for the rest of his life. The other ones just had to serve extra time on their sentence of servitude, would still be free and have work on the plantation after that. Real shit. In fucking Virginia. Everything is because we black.
Hey, I thank everybody. Cuckoo, tell them where they can find you at.
Oh, on Instagram, KUKU Vision.
Hey.
VISON.
Go ahead, say it again. I apologize.
Cuckoo Vision. KUKU VISION.
Yada, appreciate you. Tell them where they can find you at, big dog. Kenyatta, you there?
Yo.
Tell them where they can find you at.
Oh, yeah, just Google me, man. Just put me in KENY, V as in Victory, T as in Terry, T as in Tony, V. I should come up. I'm all
He
over.
said, Google me. He ain't got no motherfucking page.
Hey, Crank, check me out, man.
I think I'm going to check you out. This going to be a whole bunch of motherfuckers coming that ain't going to be you.
Hey.
I'm all over the place.
I got the most hilarious dude in the building, Crank Lucas. Tell them where they can find you at, big dog.
You can't.
Oh, wow. Only on the Eddie Kane show will you tell a motherfucker some shit like that.
You can't find
I want to thank you guys, too. Hey, give them the microphone, please. Cuckoo. No, you good, Crank. Hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah, he going to have to. Tell them where they can find you at, fellas. I appreciate you guys participating, too. Tell them where they can find you at if they want to follow you on social media, because you got some fans out there now.
We got Instagram. It's Aaron_Cymber, CYMBOR.
Okay.
On Twitter, J_Spellberg.
Hey, Much love to you fellas for participating and standing up. And,
Thank you for having us on.
I appreciate you guys being a part of the solution, not the problem, man. Hey, much love to everybody that tuned into this motherfucker today. I am at Eddie Kane on Instagram, Eddie Kane Show on Twitter, Eddie Kane Facebook. I appreciate you. Hey, I'm gonna ask that y'all come back. We gotta talk about this shit some more because this shit real.
We got to.
We got you know what I want to talk about next? I'm gonna talk about the ladies. We're gonna piss the ladies on. Because you know what? Guess what? We're gonna talk about that because what I want you to keep this on your mind, Crank. They talk cash shit about Childish Gambino marrying a white woman, right? But
they ain't say shit about that royal wedding.
Hold up, they ain't say nothing about a royal wedding, but not even that. The average black woman that ain't messing with a geek. Ain't messing with a quirky guy.
Real shit.
They not messing with a guy what they consider not in the in crowd.
You know why they care? Because he's rich now.
Exactly.
Eddie Kane Show, man. We going to hip hop on deck top 14. This boy Craig Lucas a damn fool. Only on the Eddie Kane Show.
Locomotive track.
I'm the teacher, well the preacher. Bilingual for those who don't speak good. English delay, you won't eat good. Point that finger, get at him like Clint Eastwood. Snapping, I be rapping. And any mention I been trapping. For these rappers that's out here, that's straight acting. Killer director, producer, now that's acting. Well, I'm the man around this motherfucker. Drop top, catch a tan around this motherfucker. Clock, I ain't playing around this motherfucker. So much white, it's like the clan up in this motherfucker. But I'm from that seat for these DMV dummies that don't know about me. When it come to psychology, musicology, I'ma fade, persuade my equality. Well, I got shooters, huh? Well, he got shooters too. Well, I got shooters, huh? Well, he got shooters too. Well, I got shooters, huh? Well, he got shooters too. Well, I got shooters too. Then we can shoot this shit out, yeah. And you know I'm back, stone cold with that flow. He done stunned that track, and if I ever take a loss, I'ma flip that back. And if you ever trust a bitch, you gon' take that nap. Now that's some trail shit. I'm with a real bitch. Bring the Remy Ma, Kylie Jenner lips, Amber Rose hips, some Lil' Kim shit. You put that pic together, that's ill bitch. No, let's go. Turn this motherfucker up now. You up against Floyd in the 9th round. Double cross, get crossed, take a loss. You ain't never had to dribble till you did against Hot Sauce. All these niggas think they rap now. We turn C Pleasant into Chi-Town. Locally known around my town. Come run that water back down or get shot down. Well, I got shooters, huh? Well, he got shooters too. Well, I got shooters, huh? Well, he got shooters too. Well, I got shooters, huh? Well, he got shooters too. Well, he got shooters too. Then we can shoot this shit out. Yeah, you know this story didn't end. But in this game of life, we only in it just to win or lose. Sad songs give me blues. Cause on the battlefield, I done lost too many troops. Forced me in the kitchen like a chef, no soup. But when you gotta eat, what the fuck you gon' do? Damn, you can even pay the piper. My heart game strong, so I always been a fighter. Pretty girls clapping, I ain't need tryin' wife her. Hating full money, stacking like Mackay Pfeiffer. Flow got tight, star hopping in the cypher. My future not promised like a nigga rolling dice, but my mind too deep. Try swim along these currents, then you probably sink. Retaliation on your mind, though you better not think. Cause Lord tell your mastermind, though you better not blink. Come on.
block, I'm tryna get my niggas free. Got homies in the trap, pushing crack, selling D. Gotta make it off these beats, get my niggas off these streets. I'm strapped everywhere I be, clip hole like 33. Hit you for you hit me, I bust your head, boy, rest in peace. Where you from, boy, it's the P. Right here ain't nothing sweet. We coming if it's beef, we get no fucks about the police. With this rap shit, I'm a beast. Cut different, boy, yes, they can't compete. Before I sign, I need 200 stacks at least. If not, fuck these beats, I'ma get it off these streets. Off the coke, off the D. Look, I ain't sitting waiting on the label to come sign me. It's money out here in many streets, so I'ma find ways. I can get this shit for shooting dice up on the highway. Number 8, watch me bring this shit back. 5 tray, diamonds on my neck and on my wrist, that blue is Bombay. Checkers on my belt and on my kicks is Louis Damier. Fans waiting on my tape, but I'ma do it my way. Might wait 9 months to drop 2 like Beyonce. One thing about me, nigga, I'ma go and get some money. A nigga gon' die, ever try to get it from me. I remember days when I was broke and I was bummy. Now I got it, ain't nothing you can tell me. With a deli, I be dripping in designer. I'm all about $1. My bitch bad in the hair, long Pocahontas. Shorty call me daddy, but I ain't shorty father. She knows sex with a nigga so amazing like Rihanna. She ain't savage, but fuck it though, I can never cuff a hoe. Cancel that bitch like Nino and buy another hoe. Nicky left me, they looked at him like he cutting for. And I was looking like at least he fucked it up. If I can do nothing, shit on my daughter, I can rap and I can hustle. No, he ain't done. I take mines from the muscle though. We still in the hood, but it's cool because we used to the struggle though. I ain't stopping until we living comfortable. Know that.
You already know, like Tarantino, let's do this shit.
Welcome to Hollywood.
I like this Asian doll.
Can't you see my yard froze? Top roof my condo, morning like Alonzo. A different time zone, VVS is blind hoes. I'm so beyond those, passing like the Broncos. Where did you find those? My arm froze, my arm froze. My arm froze, can't you see my arm? My arm froze, my arm
Would you look at this? It's a half-pint film, bitch.
Like, we in the goddamn building, nigga. Big business, nigga. You know what's going on, nigga. Hello, Mellow.
Hey. Ben Frank Casino shit, nigga. Y'all know fuck going on, nigga.
Gang.
Honey, shooters, in the jag. Ben Frank, my gang, rockin' fuckin' mask. I got dope and guns, so I'm doing a dash. 12 behind me, I'ma lose them. Ooh, I know they mad. Gang, Ben Frank, and we love to rock out. Call up, casino, and he love to pop out. I got big racks, so I bought them gloss out. Oh, you got it, come here, bitch ass nigga drop out.
Big Frank that with me, big Frank's in my pocket. I'm smoking on dope and I stay with a rock. Get rid of the passion I made it a hobby. Don't stand at the store now, I trap out the lobby. How you gon' catch up, you ain't even busted. You better not test up, you know double K clutch. We aiming that gun, bitch, you better be ducked. For a nigga run up and I bet that we flush. Nah, for real. My weed is too loud, I can't hear. Took out like I switched up my gear. Put the hit your bitch from the rear. I flooded my trap with that beer. Wanna know how to win and look here. When it comes to that gang, niggas fear. Staying gang with the stick up. If you wanna keep it, keep your shit tucked. Came from a nigga, now I'm bricked up. Let's see, they started getting big bucks. A couple niggas ran me switched up. Pull up, make a play, then go hop in a beamer. My fuck that little bitch, act like I don't need her. Might just go fuck off our race for no reason. Casino game BLG, this is our season, nigga.
Honey, shooters, in the jag. Ben Frank, my gang, rockin' fuckin' mask. I got dope and guns, so I'm doing a dash. 12 behind me, I'ma lose them. Ooh, I know they mad. Gang, Ben Frank, and we love to rock out. Call up, casino, and he love to pop out. I got big racks, so I brought them gloss out. Oh, you got it, come here, bitch ass nigga drop out.
Pull up bustin', but I'm Mr. Me lucky. She know I'm a dog, but she still wanna fuck me. Put that on my daughter, don't need no security. I walk in this bitch and bet nobody touch me. Living lovely, going up till it's bloody. My diamonds be flooded, I stay with a cutter. Fuck that bitch, then pass that hoe to my brothers. For me and my niggas come straight out the gutter. Then I'm going fast, being traffic. Nigga talk tough, but he don't want steady. Little nigga, but I got big down steady. I done bossed up now, young nigga heavy. Hey, I just blew 5 up in measures, they thought I ain't heavy. They thought I was broke. Yeah, so many carrots on me, bitch, I feel like a rabbit. But bitch, I'm the GOAT. Hey, 100 rent jump through the movie like Brad Pitt. Came from the bottom, so I never had shit. Hanging around vultures, all my niggas saying bitch. That on the phone if they out of crash. No cap in my rapper, I swear I'm a blast. I used to be basic, but now I'm not as good. Hey, we been franking cause you know we spazzing. RP Swing L.I. was a classic.
Honey, shooters, in the jag. Ben Frank, my gang, rockin' fuckin' mask. I got dope and guns, so I'm doing a dash. 12 behind me, I'ma lose them. Ooh, I know they mad. Gang, Ben Frank, and we love to rock out. Call up, casino, and he love to pop out. I got big racks, so I brought them gloss out. Oh, you got it, come here, bitch ass nigga drop out.
Sauce. We gon' count up over here. Cheer. I just want the money, yeah, the money, eh. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money, eh. I just want the money, yeah. Keep the fame, yeah. Y'all keep the fame. Merely phase up in this game. Shit, it got me switching lanes. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money. Keep the fame, yeah. Y'all just keep the fame. Merely phase up in this game. Shit, it got me switching lanes, yeah. The fuck is wrong with these bitches, yeah. Handle my business all in these trenches, yeah. Why ain't I swear I'm cut different, eh? Got my pop with me, I swear to God I'm never slipping, eh? All I know is kitchen sweating, cooking, chopping, hit the block, I'm jugging, get that paper, ain't no playing, nigga. Still mission, but they too blind to see my vision. Every chance I'm out here getting to my fingers touch your heart. I just want the money, yeah, the money, eh. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money, eh. I just want the money. Keep the fame, yeah. Y'all keep the fame. Merely phase up in this game. Shit, it got me switching lanes. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money. Y'all keep the fame, yeah. Y'all keep the fame. Too many face up in this game. Shit, it got me switching lanes. I just want that money, yeah. Money, now we talk about money, yeah. Bad bitches for the company, yeah. Big face, blue harness, yeah. We ain't with that sucking life. Tell them hoes that it's nothing to like. We don't drink, serve with no Sprite. All you need is a little bit of ice, right? I been getting money since a young nigga. 45 chains clips with the thumb, nigga. Play dumb, get left for no crumbs, nigga. I been getting money every day where I'm from, nigga. Real niggas don't play with the cops. Hospital beds, coroners for the ops. Hanging out the window with a stick, that's a motherfucker around and get dropped. Lay down in the lot. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money. Keep the fame, yeah. Y'all keep the fame. Merely face up in this game. Shit, it got me switching lanes. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money. Keep the fame, yeah. Y'all can keep the fame. Too many face up in this game. Shit, it got me switching lanes.
It's the guru to my Jigger Man, Kanye to my Killer Cam, the Missy E to my Timberland. I'm in the Doc Dre to my Eminems. I'm with the Eminems, I got the Eminems to kill you, her, and him. I'm a gangster plus I'm a gentleman. All you niggas acting all feminine. Hit the bag, ball, swag, sauce. Hit the gas on the lock, and you're mad cause you lost. I'ma get the bag, ball, swag, sauce. Hit the gas on the lock, and you're mad cause you lost.
I just want the money, yeah, the money, yeah. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money. Keep the fame, yeah. Y'all keep the fame. Merely face up in this game. Shit, it got me switching lanes. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money, yeah. I just want the money. Keep the fame.
This is a Just Dre production.
Yo, top floor, penthouse shit, dropping this shit. Yeah.
All these boys be acting, tell them trapping's back in fashion. All this paper that I'm stacking got me looking like I'm rapping.
No cap at all.
You ain't never did the dash. With 220 on the glass, with a big B on the ass. All these boys be acting,
no cap at all.
Tell them trapping's back in fashion.
No cap at all.
All this paper that I'm stacking,
no cap at all.
Got me looking like I'm rapping.
No cap at all.
Steady counting all this cash, then I bring it to the stash. Belly going very fast, double G's all on my ass. White bitch with a fat ass, she be getting to the bag. I'm so clean, I need a rag.
CEO don't mean to brag.
When you get into the paper, ain't no need to check the tag. Bought my Bentley a year ago, and it still got paper tags. You boys think you're in your bag, but you pull up in a jag.
Back to back with foreign whips, you might think we playing tag.
All these boys be acting, tell them trapping's back in fashion. All this paper that I'm stacking got me looking like I'm rapping.
No cap at all.
You ain't never did the dash. With 220 on the glass, with a big B on the ass. All these boys be acting,
no cap at all.
Tell them trapping's back in fashion.
No cap at all.
All this paper that I'm stacking,
no cap at all.
Got me looking like I'm rapping.
No cap at all.
We ain't come here to play. I came to pop a tag. Came to get a bag. I spent all my last. Ain't worried about the money, man. It comes so fast. I'm coming through the hood, man. You know I got that bag. Of course I got the shooters with the stindos in the mag. Dana had some fun, man. Nobody got get back. About 50 cash in the Gucci duffel bag. All my bitches bad, and we running through the bag.
All these boys be acting, tell them trapping's back in fashion. All this paper that I'm stacking got me looking like I'm rapping.
No cap at all.
You ain't never did the dash. With 220 on the glass, with a big B on the ass. All these boys be acting,
no cap at all.
Tell them trapping's back in fashion.
No cap at all.
All this paper that I'm stacking,
no cap at all.
Got me looking like I'm rapping.
No cap at all.
All this paper that I'm stacking,
no cap at all.
Got me looking like I'm rapping.
No cap at all.
Cap at all. Cap at all. Cap at all. Cap at all.
got tired of sitting home waiting. Pulled up to the club, now I'm faded. My friends know what's up, they keep saying, fuck that nigga, they know you shaded. Cause we don't talk, we only fuck when I get weak for you. When we don't smile, just sit and argue, now that's all we do. And I resent you for the things you always put me through. And I get spiteful, so I find new ways to shit on you. Yeah, pain is really timeless, company is priceless. I'ma move in silence, since you wanna move in silence. More and more divided, always keeping private. Something got you blinded, I'm just keeping quiet. Every time you feel the pressure, you stay out all night just drinking. I get dressed and call my friends up. I stay out all night just thinking. I get no sleep, stay out the house when I'm lonely. Missing you low-key, can't be said cause it's so deep. I get no sleep, drink when I'm lonely. Keep it low-key, still I get no sleep. This place just feels like the Matrix. Every minute I spend here I hate it. This type of shit make you jaded. Reminds me of times that were tainted. Yeah, all these moments wasted, making shit so complicated. Yeah, if a nigga wanna claim it, shit, I might just entertain it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I'm in the VIP, seeing double, feeling like I might just start causing trouble. In these streets I feel nothing. Where you at? Cause every time you feel the pressure, you stay out all night just drinking. I get dressed and call my friends up. I stay out all night just thinking. I get no sleep, stay out the house when I'm lonely. Missing you low-key, can't be said cause it's so deep. I get no sleep, drink when I'm lonely. Keep it low-key, still I get no sleep.
I don't care nothing about that. Like, this is not helping pay no bills. Like, can you spend some time with me?
I got one more level, then I'm done.
No, Holly, I'm tired of here and I got one more game. You know what? It's gonna be game over when I throw the console in the trash. You know that, right?
I got one more level. And we're gonna spend all the time in the world. I got one more level.
So the game is more important to me?
Right now it is. I got one more game.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna just leave. And I'm gonna let you have a game. Alright?
Alright.
Okay.
Fuck out of here.
Holla, 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 holla. I threw my console in the trash, I feel the game over. Still the same soldier, just remain cold. You can't pad the claim with swag, this ain't the same order. I graduated from the past and bought a Range Rover, watch yourself. Spent 2,000 on these shoes, I gotta watch my style. Small chains with ball mains, I rock without the belt.
boss that make it happen. Can do without the help. I'm ice trading, ice waves, the haters watch it melt. Holla go, they say we back again. One hand is up, you need to ask a friend. Fuck pretty hoes, but I look past a 10. For a cheaper load, I got a set to spin. Better get your bag, we gotta pack again. This not fishing, it's a fact again. Hit the road, get the load and put the tracking in. I feel the time with my kids is what I'm lacking in. But I'm prepared for their future, so I'm stacking in. This shit immaculate. I see the devil, but he live beneath me. I'm in the sky somewhere he cannot reach me. I pray to God, so I know he can't beat me. Blind to the fact, so I know he can't see me. God on my side, and I know he won't leave my console in the trash. I feel the game over. Still the same soldier. That remain colder. You can't panic, clap with swag. This ain't the same order. I graduated from the past and bought a Range Rover. Watch yourself. Spent 2,000 on these shoes. I gotta watch my style. Small chains with ball mains. I rock without the belt. I'm a boss that make it happen. Can do without the help. I'm ice trading, ice waves. The haters watch it melt. Holla. You can't look flip the game to me. Shit, the stars is where I aim to be. I want the money and the fame to lead. Shit, a hater ain't the thing to be. I swap it out, but no exchanging me. These niggas tried to make it a thing with E. Shit, that my brother get the picture, I keep the frame for me. I never listen to them. Get down on the motherfucking ground now. We blood brothers through the struggle, this the same for G. I take a bullet for the body, put the aim on me. And Cole won't take another charge, I put the blame on me. I tried to wash the pain away with a pain of lean. You can't smoke it, no G. I'm that strain of weed, nigga. I threw my console in the trash, I feel the game over. Still the same soldier, that remain colder. You can't panic, play with swag, this ain't the same order. I graduated from the past and bought a Range Rover, watch yourself. Spent 2,000 on these shoes, I gotta watch my style. Small chains with ball mains, I rock without the belt. I'm a boss that make it happen, can do without the help. I'm ice trading, ice waves, the haters watch it melt. Holla.
Man, we in the goddamn building, nigga. Big business, nigga. You know what's going on, nigga. Hello, Mellow is on, nigga.
No fuck going on with me, man. Campaign world, man. Country niggas, city niggas. Big G, what's up? Whoa, crab bag gang, nigga. Let's go. I pull up somewhere and get with you. Pull up. I might pull up somewhere and do pickup. Pull up somewhere and do pickup. Just hit my line, I get with you. Got some young niggas with me, they sticked up. Glock got a flash like a picture. Got it cuffed out of my system. Blue honey stuck on my lips. If you play with that money, it's serious. No, you can't hide, I come get you.
When I see you, I'ma get you. I don't give a fuck about who with you. Yeah, come here, bitch, and get your issue. I'ma break it down like a swisher. I don't wanna spam, I don't wanna take no pictures. Tryna buy my staff, cause I'm killing with no pistol. Told her don't play, cause I got a bad temper. I don't give a fuck, I leave your ass cripple. You ain't know I'm colder than the winter in December. If she wanna play me, I'ma dinner like a pimple. All these hold my dinner, bitches, so you gon' remember. I been running shit like a motherfucking sprinter. All these hoes pointing like some motherfucking frillers. I am a winner, you a beginner. Sign on my pussy, say you cannot enter. They bumping my shit like it's a fender bender. You hoes is so simple.
Pull up somewhere and do pickup. Just hit my line, I get with you. Young nigga with me, they sticked up. I got a flash like a picture. Got it cuffs out of my system. Blue honey stuck on my lips. If you play with that money, it's serious. No, you can't hide, I come get you. Who that is talking smoke? When I pull up and blow, put his brains on his clothes if he think it's sweet. Lil' bro strapped with a pole, younger really don't go. Ain't for nothing but the head, we play for kicks. Niggas average and amateur, I set the standards for this. To be real, I'm a humble beast. I spent 2,200 designing my fashion, no cap, and I put that shit on my feet. I'm a monster animal, hungry little nigga. I eat any rap on any beat. Campaign out of regular work off on cellular country little nigga. I leveled up, money out of my schedule. Run with that pack, put a bitch on his back, she gon' set him up. Put me G in the fee on the nigga. We sweeping this block, nigga sneezing, I'm blessing him. Pull up somewhere and do pickup. Just hit my line, I get with you. Got some young nigga with me, they sticked up. I got a flash like a picture. Got it cuffs out of my system. Blue honey stuck on my lips. If you play with that money, it's serious. No, you can't hide, I come get you.
Call me Moses, call me God, so watch me dance like David. These shackles cut deep in my wrist, nerve shot and hands are shaking. I'm a shambles, shoddy mess, and now my stanzas waiting for me to slip to tell a story of a fallen soul. But trying to sell out shows like trying to pull some blood from stone. Shot to sharp, I spit and say this. In this light display, I'm naked. But this flesh can't adequately represent my spirit. Butterflies tangled in chain reactions, scared of happiness, my pencil did this. Pushing petals, pulling pollen, peak my tension building. Many rappers got trapped on the racks on racks that eventually collapsed and killed them. Stood on stilts, the passion pilgrim, steady stacking fillers, the carpet jumping, the Jenga collapse inside me. With the lumps and starting blocks, traces of a broken man whose manhood couldn't make him whole. The child in me still holding hands with candle wicks and blunt ablaze. That old crusader misconception, the fears die. Tied up by unclear lines, I catastrophize in a sea of lies. I could have been a flunk, I could have been defined, I could have been afraid, not trying to be divine, just sanctified. Gotta leave the shade to see the light. Gotta leave my mind to free my mind. You want a piece of my peace of mind, trying to ride my way, but I came here on weary ties, cheating time, walking on eggshells, cracked glass, skating on thin ice.
And this life don't wait for you to catch upon your sleep, floating by like tumbleweeds. Most days when I'm poorly made, I imagine I was God's mistake behind me in the Hall of Fame. And the lunar light dance by the riverside, and the lunar light dance by the river. The light dance by the riverside, won't you dance by the river?
Forget 10,000 hours, I gave my whole life to this. I could probably use a psychiatrist to decipher why my life's been stuck in ciphers and writer's block feel like cellulitis. What defines the writer? Trying to rid my mind of pride, but it seems that's all I'm comprised of. Ahead of my time in my teens, I had a midlife crisis. I've already reached my prime twice. I tweet my rhymes and twitch in twilights to meet my highness fleet, and I flee from the climb and the crime, contrary to my contrivance. Depleted logic that was feeding the pilot inside my mind, crashing this empty plane Monday to Sunday. How they treat my kindness. You're probably trying to pass classes, I'm busy trying to craft classics. And I wish I was where you were, and you wish you were where I was. But my passion never asked the risk for the consequence that's paramount, like asterisks. Paranoia, I paddle in parasites and peril, trying to reach paradigms of settled self. But in this game they ain't no levitating to level stealth, like tempting a tantra. And this path I walk ain't candlelit, feeling inadequate, but this light follows my free falling. I hear my name like Samuel, this must be my calling. I'm all in, my pain enduring, from soul to pole I'm appalling, but crack this hole that I crawl in.
And this life don't wait for you to catch upon your sleep, floating by like tumbleweeds. Most days when I'm poorly made, I imagine I was God's mistake behind me in the Hall of Fame.